pounced us in Philly. Now we find ourselves in a game 7. And then once you get to a game 7, anything can happen. You can get a bad break, an unlucky bounce, as we've seen in the past. And so everything's at stake, everything's on the line. And I think luckily for us, we're able to, really kind of rely on our experiences that we had in the past. We felt incredibly confident that if we went out and played our best game and Philadelphia went out and played their best game, our best was going to be good enough. But even with that, there was so much uncertainty. And sure enough, we're able to win our third cup in 4 years, which was quite an incredible feat.
That was Hockey Hall of Famer and Stanley Cup champion for the Edmonton Oilers, Mark Messier, on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin on Channel 91.
On the court and off, your home for the NBA is SiriusXM. Follow all the drama as your favorite team vies for it all. SiriusXM NBA Radio, SiriusXM 86.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Washington Capitals take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Capitals on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 950. Hurricanes on Internet 924. 9:30 p.m., Vegas Golden Knights take on the Edmonton Oilers. Knights on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 949. Oilers on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 930. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Washington Capitals take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Capitals on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 950. Hurricanes on Internet 924. 9:30 p.m., Vegas Golden Knights take on the Edmonton Oilers. Knights on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 949. Oilers on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 930. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Washington Capitals take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Capitals on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 950. Hurricanes on Internet 924. 9:30 p.m., Vegas Golden Knights take on the Edmonton Oilers. Knights on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 949. Oilers on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 930. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 brings you expert analysis from former players, coaches, and executives, plus reaction to all the latest news on the only 24/7 station dedicated to the National Football League.
New York Rangers legend and Hockey Hall of Famer Mark Messier joined Scott Laughlin on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91, to share what it was like to play in the 1994 finals with the New York Rangers, as well as ending the 54-year drought for the franchise and how that team represented what a hockey team is all about.
Well, look, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about 1994 as well. You mentioned Mike Keenan. We spoke with him in studio a couple of weeks ago. He still speaks so highly of you and of that run. So take us back to ending the 54-year drought. In Game 7, you get a power play goal. You shovel a puck underneath of Kirk McLean. Stands up as the game winner, as it turns out. So take us back to that hot, steamy night. What was it, June 14th of 1994 at the Garden in New York?
Just, I guess just starting, going to the rink, trying to keep your same routine. Brian Leach and I would always drive together down through Times Square, down Broadway 7th Avenue to take a right-hand turn on 33rd Street. And you could feel things were different, even from the Upper West Side. Just the vibe and the energy of the whole city was just electrified. Getting down towards Madison Square Garden, seeing the crowd already starting to build, the police officers surrounding the Garden. It was a carnival-like atmosphere. Obviously, we knew we were something on the cusp of doing something that hadn't been done in 54 years. The magnitude of it was palpable. I mean, the energy, just everything just seemed to be so electrified. You try to keep yourself in the moment. You try to stay with your routine. Obviously, there's a much more at stake. And then, we found ourselves much like we did in '87, up 3-1 in the series, losing to fifth game, where it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that New York Rangers were finally going to win a Stanley Cup after 54 years. Only to find ourselves, the party atmosphere got a little bit delayed and then had to go back to Vancouver, which again, we got trounced in Vancouver, just like we did in '87. And now we're coming home for Game 7. And the same thing happened. It just, we felt good about our chances. We felt we were a better team than Vancouver. We felt that we should have wrapped up the series earlier against Vancouver, but that's the greatest thing about sports. You can think all you want, but the reality is they got a heartbeat over there too. They got pride over there too. They're there for a reason because they're a great team. And here we are in Game 7 and happen to go out and execute a great game plan to beat a very hungry, very young, very physical, hard team to play against in Vancouver. And luckily for us, we had a lot of experience. We had a dynamic, incredible amount of talent with Brian Leetch and Sergei Zubov, Alex Kovalev, Adam Graves and Mike Richter and net, and then sprinkled in with some veterans, some hardened veterans with McTavish and Tikkanen and Steve Larmer and Noonan and Mateau and Jeff Bukaboom and Jay Wells and all the amazing players that banded together that year to create maybe not the most skilled team that's ever won a Stanley Cup, but if you look up the word team, they could put the 1994 Ranger team right there, and that year, that team epitomizes what a team is all about.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Washington Capitals take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Capitals on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 950. Hurricanes on Internet 924. 9:30 p.m., Vegas Golden Knights take on the Edmonton Oilers. Knights on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 949. Oilers on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 930. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Washington Capitals take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Capitals on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 950. Hurricanes on Internet 924. 9:30 p.m., Vegas Golden Knights take on the Edmonton Oilers. Knights on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 949. Oilers on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 930. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Washington Capitals take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Capitals on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 950. Hurricanes on Internet 924. 9:30 p.m., Vegas Golden Knights take on the Edmonton Oilers. Knights on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 949. Oilers on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 930. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91.
Hear it all on demand. Your favorite shows, your favorite games. Don't miss a second of your favorite SiriusXM programming on demand with the SiriusXM app. Download it now for free.
Six-time Stanley Cup champion and Hockey Hall of Famer Mark Messier stopped by SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin to discuss what Game 7 means to him and what it's like to also lose a Game 7.
Well, when you think about the two greatest words in sports, you think about Game 7 for many reasons. Obviously, to get to a Game 7, both teams obviously very evenly matched from the literal sense, the Game 7. You don't have to be a sport fan to understand that something's big at stake and that you will go watch it even if you don't know the teams, you don't know the players, you know the backdrop, because it's the greatest form of reality TV in the world, because there is going to be a winner and a loser. A lot at stake, obviously. But for me personally, it's a lifetime journey to acquire the skill set that's required to be able to perform when the stakes are the highest, under the most scrutinized pressure, when you're expected to perform. And you think about a Game 7 moment, or Game 7, that's when you have to perform. It's a winner or go home situation. And what are the skill sets that are required to do that? Obviously, we've practiced our game and honed our skill set for years and years and years, tens of thousands of hours of honing our skills. But emotionally, mentally, what prepares you to play in those moments and perform when you're expected to? That, I think, is what really defines a Game 7 moment for the players that have excelled in Game 7 moments. And what are those life lessons that we can teach our young boys and girls, and the skill sets required to do that? The breathing, it's being able to slow your heart down, and your blood pressure goes up, and your decision-making is rash, and concentration varies because of all of it. What allows you to kind of really slow down and use your God-given talent, and then obviously the repetitions through your whole life that you know you can do it. You just got to be able to do it when it matters most. It's like hitting a home run, and like Aaron Boone did, or doing something special at the right moments. And I think the educational part of the docuseries is really fascinating to me there, to help our young boys and girls who will be faced with big decisions in their life. And you don't have to be a sport fan to have a Game 7 moment in life. Everybody's faced with decisions that are going to alter the trajectory of their lives in one way or another there. And we're trying to figure out what those skill sets are.
What does it feel like to lose a Game 7?
Fortunately for me, I never experienced what the Oilers did last year, of going all the way to the end in a championship game and losing in a Game 7. Anytime you get to a Game 7, it's a hard journey to get there. Two teams, evenly matched. It's been a war. It's been a tug of war. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's tired. And then to lose that is devastating. I think about my own experience in Game 7, winning 7 of them. The two still hurt to this day. What could I have done different? You always say that you got to lose in order to understand how to win. I do agree with that. I think there are lessons in loss and in failure, both as a team and as an individual. If I had my preference, I would have liked to have learned those lessons while I was winning. But unfortunately, that's just not the way it is. But I look back at it now and just think about how grateful I am for all the lessons in wins and the losses, because it really ends up defining who you are as a person and as a player.
The PGA Tour comes to life on SiriusXM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, SiriusXM 92.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM.
Safeway Liquor. They recommend pairing locally distilled spirits and their ice-cold beer selection with... And Oilers win! Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers. Please enjoy responsibly.
Businesses deserve the best protection against cyber threats. Alltech offers state-of-the-art IT and cybersecurity solutions to safeguard digital assets. The team of experts at Alltech are dedicated to providing the highest level of security, ensuring that data remains safe and operations are seamless. With Alltech, businesses can focus on growth while the rest is handled. From advanced threat detection to comprehensive data security, Alltech has it covered. Choose Alltech for reliable and effective cybersecurity. Visit alt-tech.ca now to learn more.
At Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, they recommend pairing locally distilled spirits and their ice-cold beer selection with... And Oilers win! Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers. Please enjoy responsibly.
This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
Sticking with it through 60, it's always so important against anybody, but we kind of felt that against Vegas for sure. I think somebody said we had the lead in every game in that series, which I didn't even remember that, but obviously they're a team that's not going to go away. They're going to keep pushing, and we have that same mindset. So it's about trying to stay in it for 60. Obviously, it's hard to play a perfect 60 minutes, so you want to do the best you can.
That's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins of the Edmonton Oilers. Let's go to Legacy Heating and Cooling. Who's hot, who's not? Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments and no interest for 1 year. 11 of 12 Oilers forwards that played the final 4 games in the series scored in round 1. The Oilers had 9 players with 2 or more goals in the opening round of the playoffs against the LA Kings. Connor McDavid, by the way, the most assists so far in the playoffs, 9 through 6 games. Pizza 73 out of town scoreboard brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Carolina is significantly out shooting the Washington Capitals. It is 1-1 with 6:48 left in the third period. Logan Stankoven, who came over in the Mikko Rantanen trade, has just scored a game-tying goal for Carolina. The shots in this game are 31-13 for Carolina over the Washington Capitals. Carolina's got lots of experience in the playoffs the last few years. Washington's sort of reloaded. They had an unbelievable season, and Spencer Carberry's probably winning Coach of the Year this year, I would think. Last night, Maple Leafs held on for a 5-4 win over the Florida Panthers. Game 2 tomorrow night. Game 1 tomorrow night between the Winnipeg Jets hosting the Dallas Stars. Stay tuned following the game for the Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance Goal of the Game. Health, dental, travel, we've got the coverage you need. Visit ab.bluecross.ca. 16 minutes to face off, and this is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
Our people, our team. It's what business owners almost always say is their most important resource. But strong businesses don't just find great people. They make sure their teams stay healthy, engaged, and performing at their best. A benefits plan from Alberta Blue Cross is more than just drug and dental. They support the whole person with flexible coverage levels that fit the size and circumstance of your business. Find a plan that gets results at ab.bluecross.ca.
Do you have tickets to an upcoming event at Rogers Place that you can't attend? Donate your tickets to the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation Seats for Kids program, presented by Eagle Builders. Seats for Kids provides unused game tickets for charities, allowing children and families to enjoy hockey at Rogers Place. And for many, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To be a part of the Seats for Kids program presented by Eagle Builders, please email edmonton@kidsupfront.com. That's edmonton@kidsupfront.com.
You're listening to Rogers Game Night on the official voice of the Edmonton Oilers, 880 CHAD, and on the Oilers Radio Network.
It is a strength, and you know, when you can roll 4 lines in the playoffs and getting contributions from everybody, you know, like I've said before, like the top lines kind of even out their top lines. The top guys, you know, kind of wash each other out, and it's the depth guys that are going to, you know, really step up and play a big role in how far you can go. You know, it's been like that all the way through ever since I was a kid. You could see it, you know, in the NHL, and you know, it's proved for us to work. And in the last series, we had big guys step up and score big goals. You know, I mean, Yanni scored that goal in Game 5, and you know, it's those little things that help, you know, turn a game around, because you know, that's where names are made.
All right, that's the Edmonton Oilers' Corey Perry, who had 2 goals in the series against the LA Kings. Again, Edmonton's scoring depth came through. 9 different players had 2 or more goals. 11 of Edmonton's 12 forwards scored in a 6-game series. As we bring aboard our Inside the Game analyst, Rob Brown, along with Cam Moon. And Rob, many people would say Vegas won the series in the margins a couple of years ago. They also won it because they had superior depth against Edmonton. Is that being mitigated against with the type of players that the Oilers have brought in here? You know, they get Kane back from the injury. They get Trent Frederick, Corey Perry coming in. Frederick and Perry, do they provide a little bit different dimension than maybe what Vegas saw a couple years ago?
They do. Now, I think Vegas won a couple of years ago because of Jack Eichel's line. I thought that was his coming out party. He was incredible in that series and that whole playoff run. The Oilers are a much deeper team, and I think that a few additions and a little bit of movement in the lines have created that. Having Corey Perry play on your top line all of a sudden moves down a Hyman to your second line. Corey Perry normally is your fourth line guy. Now he's playing with Leon and Connor. Now your 54-goal scorer can go to your second line. Vander Kane has come back. He's been... he's exceeded the expectations that everyone had for him. He missed 10 months. And he came back. The first game he was okay, but since then he's driven his line. And he's played smart. He's played physical. He's played with swagger. And he's contributed offensively. And then you got a veteran third line that you have faith in on the ice against whoever the other opposition throws out. And then the Oilers' fourth line, Arvidsson, Podkolzin, they were the Oilers' second line most of the season. So the addition of Kane, the size and gamesmanship of a Frederick, who they pick up at the deadline, Perry moving up to your first line, you do have four lines that you can roll. And in the series against the LA Kings, the fact that the Oilers rolled four lines was the difference in the series. The Kings played 9 forwards, and the Oilers were able to outchange them and get contributions from players further down the lineup. In the last 2 games, Connor and Leon had 3 assists total, and 2 of those assists were on an empty net goal. So really, they had 1 point in the last 2 games, and the Oilers won those 2 games. That didn't happen 2, 3, 4 years ago. That's the difference that the Oilers have now with depth players that can put the puck in the net.
Camoon, how different are the Oilers now?
Oh, I'd say they're quite a bit different, and not the least of which being that physicality of Perry, Kane, Frederick, Podkolzin. You got one of them on each of the 4 lines. I know that could change at some point, even in this game, but the fact that they're going to be able to play a physical game against a team that I thought 2 years ago played a real physical game, and that's the Vegas Golden Knights. So I think that's important. Golden Knights do a really good job of keeping the opposition to the outside within their own end. For Edmonton, it'll be incumbent upon them to find ways to get opportunities within that scoring area. It's not going to be easy, but when you have players like Kane, like Frederick, like Perry, like Podkolzin, that helps gain you a little bit more room out there and the ability to outmuscle to get to the hard areas to score goals.
Rob, Shea Theodore was injured at the Four Nations face-off. He's back. Alex Pietrangelo opted out of the Four Nations face-off. He had some tough moments in the last playoff series. He didn't look 100% right. He is out tonight. They're saying he has an illness. Does that pretty much offset the Oilers' absence of Matthias Ekholm by not having Alex Pietrangelo for Vegas?
Yes and no. Both teams are missing very good defensemen. I would say that Ekholm is the Oilers' best all-round defenseman. I think it'd be by quite a bit. Alex Pietrangelo, I don't know if there's as big a difference between him and the second or the third guy. So I don't think it's big a loss as the Ekholm loss. But, Vegas is missing Pietrangelo, and they're missing their top goal scorer as well. So Vegas does have 2 significant injuries in this series to start. The Oilers have to take advantage of that, because those 2 players for Vegas may come back, and then they'll be a better team as the series drags on. But Vegas, the one thing that we've seen with Vegas over the last number of years, they've run into tons and tons of injuries through the regular season, and they've seen what their depth players are capable of. They have 8 quality defensemen, and one of those is going to be in tonight because of Pietrangelo. They play a system that is designed to protect all their players. They are a good hockey club. They're deep. This series should be a long series, but I got to be honest, Bob, I feel more confident as an Oiler analyst or fan against Vegas than I did against LA, and I picked them to beat LA in 6. I just think the Oilers, the way they're playing right now, the way they're rolling their lines, and the fact that it hasn't had to be on the back of Connor and Leon, I just think that the Oilers, this is a series that the Oilers should find a way to win.
All that said, Rob, Klim Kostin had 3 goals and Nick Bukestad had 2 goals against LA in 23. And they didn't play much in the series against Vegas in the next round. I want to switch to goaltending.
Sure.
Calvin Pickard, the only goalie with a 4-0 mark. There's no surprise he's starting tonight. Aiden Hill, all he did is back 2 years in a row, .930 or better save percentage, but he wasn't great against Minnesota, Cap.
No, he wasn't. He's an .880 in that first round, and he played 2 years ago coming off the bench after Laurent Brossoit got hurt and played incredibly well in that series against the Oilers, and then rides that all the way to a Stanley Cup championship. But yeah, I don't know that Aiden Hill was playing at the top of his game in that first round. Calvin Pickard, you're right. Between you and I both figured 100% Calvin Pickard starting this game, and he should. And I think he's built up enough equity with the coaches and with his teammates that not only was that a slam dunk, that's his net, depending on how it goes game to game. And it's game to game as far as the deployment of the netminders for the Oilers. But yeah, he found ways to win games and was strong for them when they needed a big save in the third period and the game was still in the balance. He was able to make those, much like Grant Fuhr in days gone past with the Oilers, making big saves at key times in games. Calvin Pickard did that, and you could see how excited his teammates were for him for the victories, and obviously the fans within Rogers Place. But yeah, no surprise at all that it'll be Pickard against Hill.
All right, Rob Brown, what's the key for Calvin Pickard tonight?
Big save at right moment. I don't think he was perfect in any of the games that he played against the LA Kings, but I think Cam was right, is where he came up with the big saves, whether it was a breakaway save in the third or a fighting through a screen to find a tip later in the game. He got better as each game went on. And I think goals will always find their way past you, and sometimes they don't look as difficult as they are, but it's when you make the save. And I think every time in the LA series, when the Oilers needed a big save, Calvin Pickard gave him that. And I think you're going to need that again tonight and throughout the series against the Golden Knights.
All right. One more thing, Rob, to focus in on. The Oilers are with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on the team. They're 4-10 in games won, dating back to the 2017 playoffs. And conversely, in the last 5 playoff years, 22, 23, 24, 25, I guess that's 4. The last 4 playoff years, the Oilers are just 11-19 games 1 through 3. They're 22-7 in games 4 through 7. Rob, I got to tell you, I don't think Edmonton can afford to be down 2-1 against this team after 3 games. Your thoughts?
Well, in all honesty, I wouldn't bet against them if they were. I really wouldn't. What we've seen is Connor and Leon seem to get better later in series. And I do believe that Chris Knobloch makes very good adjustments. Now, I think there was a huge, and I said it with Bryn earlier, I think there was a huge advantage in coaching in Series 1. I don't think you have as big advantage for the Oilers in Series 2. I think Bruce Cassidy is a fantastic coach, and he will make adjustments, as you guys have talked about with the adjustments he made against Minnesota, changing their top lines up. To me, the Oilers, Connor and Leon, teams find ways they think they can slow them down or it can slow down the power play. And then Connor and Leon themselves will make adjustments as the series goes on. It'd be much better if the Oilers win Game 1. Because you win Game 1, then you can start thinking sweep in the first 2 on the road. So tonight, the Oilers are only win Game 1. And I think they're coming in with a ton of confidence. They're feeling good about themselves. They got an advantage where 2 of the best Vegas players are out of the lineup. This is a night the Edmonton Oilers got to try and take advantage of that and find a way to change the narrative and come away with a victory in the first game of a series.
And that's the Ford Keys to the Game, brought to you by Ford, the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers, built Ford proud. More with Rob Brown, Brent Griffiths during the end of the roll, first and second intermission. Rob will join me post-game as well. Cam Moon's ready to go. It's the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights. Round 2, Game 1, live from T-Mobile Arena. Up next on Ford Oilers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Score big with the unmatched purity of Clearwater Vodka, the perfect companion for Oilers fans. Crafted with the pristine waters of Alberta, it's a sip of local excellence. Clearwater Vodka, where the spirit of the game meets true Alberta quality. Must be 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Steelhaus Triton, 2 legendary oilfield services brands, 1 powerful partnership. Rooted in innovation, reliability, and a steadfast commitment to excellence, Steelhaus is proudly 100% Canadian-owned and locally manufactured. With over 15 field service locations across the prairies and up to the Rockies, they deliver world-class energy solutions with unmatched responsiveness, helping their customers thrive in the most demanding environments. Steelhaus Triton, engineered for performance, built in Canada. Visit steelhausinc.com for more information.
Over the last decade, the world of work has changed dramatically. It's a change that can cause a disconnect between a company and its employees. But a partnership with Aon can help by making decisions that create a more flexible, engaged, and resilient workforce. Aon's experience and expertise, global understanding, and advanced analytics ensure that every client is better informed and better advised so that they can make better decisions. Whatever the next decade brings, Aon is in the business of better decisions.
MIC is a leader in medical imaging and the official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers. Make MIC your choice. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the game doesn't stop for injury. MIC's sports medicine imaging specialists can help you get back in the game with a timely and expert diagnosis. Go where the pros go. For a location near you, visit mic.ca.
Score big with the unmatched purity of Clearwater Vodka, the perfect companion for Oilers fans. Crafted with the pristine waters of Alberta, it's a sip of local excellence. Clearwater Vodka, where the spirit of the game meets true Alberta quality. Must be 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Lene Myers. Fans, please remain standing for the U.S. national anthem performed by Golden Pipes Carnell Johnson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Oil Country.
McDavid,
Now, with the call of tonight's exclusive NHL broadcast, Bob Stauffer and Cam Moon on the Oilers Radio Network.
Round two starts tonight. The Edmonton Oilers take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Good evening, Cam Moon, along with Bob Stauffer, Bryn Griffiths, Rob Brown, Jack Michaels, Brendan Escott. We are the Oilers Radio Network. Our starting lineup is brought to you by Coventry Homes. Flexibility within reach. Get back in the game with customizable designs by Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers. For the Oilers up front, it'll be Connor McDavid with Leon Draisaitl and Corey Perry. On defense, Darnell Nurse and Evan Bouchard. In goal, it's Calvin Pickard. For the Golden Knights, Jack Eichel with William Karlsson and Mark Stone. They're up front. On defense, Braden McNabb and Shea Theodore. In goal, it's Aiden Hill. The referees, Eric Furlat and Kelly Sutherland, Johnny Murray and James Tobias. They're on the lines. We get ready to go from the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. The Oilers and the Golden Knights are underway in round two. Karlsson at center. Got it to the Edmonton blue line. We'll go to Stone on the left wing to McNabb. He'll dump it in. Rims on the right. Karlsson to the middle to Eichel. The shot save made by Pickard. It was partially blocked and it was a changeup, but Pickard made the stop and held on.
Oh, good initial opportunity for Vegas. Puck got wrapped around the boards and they found a soft spot in the high slot. Unfortunately, a bit of a deflection redirection that Pickard was able to fight off. Of course, Pickard was claimed by Vegas in the expansion draft,
but never played for them. No. Face off to the left of Calvin Pickard. And the puck goes to Nurse, right wing to Corey Perry, out through the middle. Stone will chop it to the Edmonton blue line. Nurse forced back by Carlson. Across to Bouchard on the right wing. Out to center ice to Draisaitl. Comes through the middle, in over the Vegas line. Left wing, McDavid. The shot saved by Hill as McDavid with an offering down the left side. 38 seconds into a scoreless first.
Oh, that was an excellent transition from Edmonton. Perry was able to find Leon Draisaitl with a head of steam going, and then he set up Connor McDavid. The D was backing in, and Hill fought off a wicked wrister.
Hill with 29 saves and a 3-2 win at Minnesota on Thursday to close out the Wild in 6. Nugent Hopkins kicked out of the face-off circle, and it'll be Evander Kane.
This line of Kane, Hyman, and Nuge were very good together. Strong possession metrics in the series against LA.
Nugent Hopkins with points in 4 straight coming into this one. Up to center ice. White Cloud will dump it in. Pickard got it to the boards. Hurdle from the angle goes off of Nugent Hopkins. And it's poked out to center, and it's Kane shooting it into the Vegas zone. And Hill will have to cover it up as Hyman was in there, and Hill had no other choice.
One thing that occurred in the series against LA is the Oilers started dropping some face-off percentages. Only finished at 48%. And ironically enough, Vegas number 2 at 52.6%. Something for us to watch.
Hanifin got it up the left wing to center ice for Hurdle. Across to Colasar, comes into Edmonton territory. Keegan Colasar up against the boards for Hurdle. Hurdle checked by Nugent Hopkins. He'll go in behind the Edmonton net. Now to the right corner with Colasar all over. Puck up against the boards. Hurdle trying to work it free. Goes into the skates of Klingberg, and he'll take it behind the Edmonton goal. Left wing to Wallman. Now to center ice for Kane. And in behind the play, Hurdle is injured and is now going to the bench.
He's leaking. They're checking to see who got him with the stick. He's going straight off. That, to me, oh no, he's not going straight off. They did not initially call a penalty.
Nugent Hopkins got him with a stick.
It's a Nuge or Klingberg?
Yep.
Here's the call.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see it. They just showed it, and it was Nugent Hopkins' stick, I believe.
The problem with that is that's Edmonton's best penalty-killing forward as well.
I'm sure the Oilers don't want to see the power play of the Vegas Golden Knights any more than they have to.
No, it's going to be 4 minutes here. So Vegas's power play, 27.8% in the playoffs. That's 7th. The Oilers have got the worst penalty killing in the playoffs, so it did get better. But the problem is that this power play has been good all year. What happened here? There's no doubt. It's going to be 4 minutes.
That's right. And it was just over 20.
After review, the ruling on the ice is confirmed. 93 for Edmonton because of 4 minutes penalty for high sticking.
Yeah, the Golden Knight power play was over 28% during the regular season,
again,
too.
In the corner, Nugent Hopkins was interfered with. The Vegas Golden Knights get the fewest calls against him in the league. And there's a situation where you have to fight through it. Now, it's a penalty, that what Nugent Hopkins did. I mean, he had a errant stick. There's no question. The argument is it happened because they were basically Kolzar was able to wrestle a stick away from Nugent Hopkins. Huge kill coming up now. Henrique's been good on faceoffs.
Oiler penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Ripped around the boards and down the ice by Kulak. Oilers penalty kill in the last 3 games here in the postseason has gone 7 of 8. At center ice, Emberson breaks things up, shoots it in. Theodore has it in behind the net for the Golden Knights, now out through the middle. Up the right wing to Eichel. Just in over the Edmonton line, separated from the puck. It'll go to Pickard. He'll cover it, and we get the whistle 2 minutes into the scoreless first period.
Henrique's going to have to take a lot of draws for Edmonton. And he's taken a lot of them in shorthanded situations already through the playoffs. Henrique's at 56.2%. Eichel's at 47.5%. Oilers got to crash in and support Henrique off the draw if he loses it.
Goes to the line in the middle. Theodore on the right to Eichel. To Theodore, right wing point. Theodore to the middle of the ice. A snapshot off the post. Scores. It was off the post and in. It was redirected. And it's 1-0 Vegas Golden Knights. Carlson got a piece. Snapshot from the point, and he most certainly did.
So that'll be his second goal of the playoffs. Now the Oilers got to get a kill here. They got to get out of this where they can at least kill one of the two. And we're going to see McDavid out with Hyman. They got their second power play unit on the ice here.
Carlson deflected it. I'm not sure if Stone touched it too. He might have touched it right at the end.
It's good deflection. Again, they don't call an obvious hold in the corner against Nugent Hopkins, and then he ends up, and it's a penalty on Nuge. Aaron Stick.
Right into the Oilers zone. The Golden Knights still on the power play. The puck to the left wing point. Haig to the middle, across the top of the circles on the right. Waugh couldn't get a piece of it, and it shot down the ice.
You got to figure they're going to get their first power play unit back in the ice cam in about 30 seconds here.
Hanifin to Saad. Waugh on the right point to Hanifin. Waugh will take it in behind the goal. Left wing to Smith to the blue line. Hanifin on the right to Saad. Across to Smith. He mishandles it. Oilers come out 2-on-1 shorthanded. It's Janmark on the right wing. The pass across. Broken up by Hanifin, and it goes out of play. Could not get it across to Connor Brown.
Got to shoot the puck there, Cam. Got to shoot the puck. I mean, if that pass doesn't deflect off the glass, they're going back up the ice on a 4-on-2. You got to put the puck on the net there. Force the goalie to make it stop.
1-0 Golden Knights. 3:10 gone here in the first period. And 1:03 to go in the double minor to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, of which the Golden Knights have scored once on. Olofsson off the left wing boards in the zone in to Eichel to center. Into the Oiler end. Got it to the middle, but Nurse there to shoot it down the ice. Out from behind his net, Shea Theodore. Theodore weaves his way to center. Now into the Oiler end. He'll go right to the net. Saved by Pickard as Theodore weaved his way right through and got a pretty good chance on net. Number 35 seconds left to go in the penalty to Nugent-Hopkins. So Stone did touch that right at the end. So it's Stone from Carlson and Theodore. So that's a double deflection. Theodore shot the puck.
Yeah, no chance there at all.
None.
Look out.
Puck gets right to the middle. The shot off the pad of Pickard is from the right side. That was let go. And on the left wing, now Eichel behind the net to Stone to Olofsson. His shot. He misses short side, and it goes off the glass and out of play. Olofsson with two chances on that exchange before it went out of play. 1-0 Golden Knights lead here in the first. For Stone, that's his third of the playoffs. Stone's got points in 4 straight. Played to the line, but goes off of Henrique and out. Eichel comes into the Oiler end. He'll go down the right wing. Go in behind the Edmonton net. His pass in front. And there was Emberson to get it all the way down the ice. Penalty is over. Nugent-Hopkins is out of the box. Golden Knights 1 for 2 with a man advantage. through the middle off the stick of Howden it goes. Klingberg had it poked away from him. Kolasar goes in behind the net with it for Vegas. Kolasar on the right, missed Carlson. In from the right wing point is McNabb. To Keegan Kolasar, a shot. He misses short side. And the puck along the boards inside the Edmonton zone. Kolasar, left wing corner to Howden. Howden all the way up to the blue line, cycles the puck, goes to Carlson in behind the net, in front of the goal, just did not connect with Kolasar. On the left wing, Wallman off the boards and out. Hanifin in his own zone to McNabb, 1-0. Golden Knights lead here in the first period, breaking things up. Klingberg, they'll give it to Arvidsson down the left wing, a backhand, the save made by Hill. Then Arvidsson takes a hard hit on the end boards. The puck is underneath Hill, and the crowd reacts to that hit by Braden McNabb.
It's a playoff hit, but thing is, doesn't have the puck. It's a finishing hit from Braden McNabb, who played for Chris Knobloch, was the MVP of the 2011 WHL playoffs. Like, Arvidsson's nowhere near the puck. That's interference.
Face off to the right of Hill. They drop it. The shot off the post. That was ripped off the post by Frederick. Right off the draw. Frederick behind the net to Kane. Right wing corner to Nugent Hopkins to Kane. Has it on the right wing. Tried to shoot it towards the net. Went off of Frederick. And getting it out was Riley Smith. It's Smith to center ice for the Golden Knights. Left wing to Barbashev, but stepping in front was Bouchard. He'll get it out for Edmonton. Bouchard in over the Golden Knight blue line to Nugent Hopkins to the left wing corner. In behind the net to Kane. Tried the return pass to Nugent Hopkins. Whitecloud will get it to the blue line where Nurse will keep it into Kane in behind the goal. Kane on the left wing. About 6 minutes gone here in the first. 1-0 Golden Knights. And the puck goes to the right wing inside the Vegas zone. To the right wing point to Corey Perry. It's the ricochet in front, and the save by Hill off of Kane. The puck goes in front of the goal, lifted up and out by Smith.
Oh, good punch back here from Edmonton after Vegas got the benefit of the double minor call. Scored once on the power play, but the Oilers have had two good looks, and Frederick at the post.
Up the right wing, Draisaitl in over the Vegas blue line. To the left wing, it only got to the top of the circle, that's it. And out to center ice, and down the left wing is Carlson. The angle shot, and the save made by Pickard. And the puck on the end boards, and up the right wing to Draisaitl. Out through the middle, picked off by Stone. To Eichel, into the Oiler end on the right, across to Stone, and centering pass off the stick of Klingberg. It goes right to Pickard. He'll cover it. And we will take a break as we have played 6 minutes and 47 seconds of this opening period. 1-0. The Golden Knights lead the Edmonton Oilers here in Game 1 of Round 2. We'll be right back from the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey Edmonton, big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
Tired of skyrocketing energy bills? Switch to clean, affordable power with Horizon Solar. Whether you want to cut costs, go green, or increase your home's value, Horizon Solar has you covered with tailored solar energy solutions. With current government incentives, there's never been a better time to make the switch. Own your power, control your bills, live sustainably. For your free assessment, call Horizon Solar today or visit horizonsolar.com to get started. Horizon Solar, where going green makes sense.
Proudly headquartered in oil country, Capital Power is delivering reliable and affordable power today while building clean power systems for tomorrow, creating the balanced energy solutions communities across Alberta and North America can depend on. Visit capitalpower.com to learn how they are powering change by changing power. Be part of their energy and join Capital Power as we all cheer on our Edmonton Oilers on their quest to win it all.
Hey Edmonton, big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
1-0. Golden Knights lead the Oilers here in the first period. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. Tonight's Oilers, this is Oil Country Playoffs 50-50 presented by Rogers. It's in support of Every Kid Deserves a Shot. Inspiring and empowering 100,000 kids in Oil Country to reach their full potential both on and off the ice. Get your tickets now. EdmontonOilers.com/5050 to support the kids in need. Mark Stone, the goal scorer for the Golden Knights on the power play, and that's been it so far. Stumped into the Edmonton zone. Up against the right wing, it's Henrique, and he'll get to the neutral zone. Lifted in on the backhand, Frederick after. It goes in behind the net. Brown in front to Henrique, and shot just wide. Emberson will keep it in on the right wing point for Brown in behind the goal. He battles back there, trying to get it loose. Does get it loose. Back to the left wing point, but off the stick of Kulak and out.
Fredericks had 2 good shifts. He's big and he's physical. And he's creating some time and space for some other players out on the ice.
7.5 gone here in the first. 1-0 Golden Knights. Kulak through the middle to Bouchard. Now on the left wing, Janmark into the Vegas zone, goes in behind the goal. Couldn't get it in front of the net. Goes to the right wing corner. Haig on the end boards. Up the left wing to Smith, just to the line, and it did come out. Oilers have to tag up.
Oilers need to keep a third guy high against this transition game for Vegas.
White Cloud up the right wing, now to Barbashev into the Edmonton zone. That's hacked away from him. Janmark into the middle of Bouchard. Now through the middle of the ice. Nurse down the left wing. Colson shot, and that saved by Hill. It hit him in the right shoulder. And out through the middle of the ice, Smith gets to center for Vegas and dumps it in. And I guess he wasn't at center. They're calling that icing. 8:19 gone here in the first. Stone, the goal scorer for Vegas. Both teams winning in 6 in the first round. Edmonton over Los Angeles, Golden Knights over Minnesota. Trying to get everybody lined up in the Vegas zone. They do. And it's in behind the net. Hanifin on the left wing to Barbashev. Up in the air and out. Bounces into the skates of Wallman. Left wing corner to Perry, inside the Edmonton end. Right wing now to Klingberg. To McDavid, through the middle. His pass goes off a stick in on the offside. So Edmonton had to tag up. Stone comes into the Oiler end. On the left wing to Eichel. Hit him in the skate, and Perry will get it free. Now to McDavid. Speeds through center. Left wing to Draisaitl in over the line. Cross-ice pass. And that went off the skate of McDavid. Eichel to center ice for the Golden Knights. He'll drop it back into the middle. Stone, the shot, scores. Mark Stone, right through the middle, makes it 2-0 Vegas.
Well, that's the sequence we talked about. Their transition game, and Corey Perry got caught in no man's land. Corey Perry, from the hash marks in offensively, is still a terrific player, but he got walked on that play by Mark Stone on a 3-on-3, and Vegas is up 2-0. The Oilers have hit a post, had a blown 2-on-1 shorthanded, and Vegas has been sharp, and they've capitalized, and full marks for a 2-0 lead.
Heads up play by Jack Eichel. Able to set that up to Stone. Stone's got a couple. 9:03 time of that one. It's 2-0 Golden Knights. Puck into the Edmonton zone. The shot from the point does not get through. Theodore let it go. Emberson will get it to the blue line. Pearson keeps it in. Left wing for Howden. Howden up against the boards with Emberson. Back to the right point. But Theodore not there. It comes out. Theodore on the left wing to Howden. Off the boards and in. In the right wing corner, Emberson will get it out. Down the right wing to Hyman, comes into the Vegas zone, now in behind the Golden Knight net, out to the middle. The shot, the save made by Hill. Nurse across to Bouchard. To Nurse on the right wing, and his shot misses, goes around the boards and down the ice.
Oilers have had lots of chances, but they've tried to go high blocker side on Hill more than once, and he's been equal to the task.
Nurse inside his own end, up the left wing and out off the stick of Frederick. And the puck at center ice. Colasar at his own blue line, down the left wing for Saad. He'll shoot it in. 2-0 Golden Knights, just over halfway through the first period. This is game one of the second round. Nurse in behind the Edmonton goal. On the right wing to Connor Brown. Brown through the middle to Henrique. He'll dump it in. Rims on the right. Frederick to the right wing corner, taken to the boards by Noah Hannafin. It's in his skates. Brown wanted to dig it out, but there's
another high stick.
Penalty coming up.
I'm telling you right now, Brad Watson's a serious official in here, and there's been lots of opportunities on 50-50 plays to put Edmonton on the power play, and they haven't, and McDavid's already having a conversation. The Vegas Golden Knights, 3 years in a row, are the lowest penalized team in the NHL, and the Oilers have got their second high-stick penalty here, and it might be another 4-minute one.
Barbashev got...
There's no penalty on the play. It's a Vegas player high-stick his teammate. There is no high-sticking penalty.
Well, there you go.
All right, so no penalty.
No penalty.
I thought it was a quick call. I saw.
No, it was Hannafin's stick. Yeah. Hannafin's stick caught Barbashev. All right, we'll take a break. 2-0 Golden Knights lead the Oilers. 9:18 to go here in the first period. Game one from the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas at Sport Dealers. NHL hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. Big skies, rugged landscapes. Now that's Alberta in a nutshell. And if you're looking for an SUV that can keep up with this place, check out the Ford Bronco. Built for those who crave adventure, with serious off-road capability and style to spare. Whether you're hitting the mountain trails or exploring the back roads, it's the
Hey hockey fans, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight here on TSI as we are approaching 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out with us for our SickKids Hospital Playoff Pulse campaign, where we're donating a percentage of our revenue here with TSI and SOP Soccer, because you'll notice we have a basketball game going on right now on SOP Soccer as well between the Warriors and the Timberwolves, all part of our SickKids Hospital Playoff Pulse campaign. Let's get after it. Let's raise a bunch of money for SickKids Hospital in Toronto. You see the videos that I put in here through these live stream hangouts, and you see what difference we're making as a community. Thank you for being here. Please hit that like button. Please share this link out as well. Get it out on social media. Let's bring more hockey fans here to the chat. And subscribe if you're new, and join this awesome community and help us get to 100,000. Now let's get back to the hockey. Go Oilers, go! Let's go Canada! We'll see you back in the chat.
The Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer, we are here in Vegas, and we're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. 2-0 Golden Knights lead, both goals by Mark Stone.
Well, Vegas has been good early. They've capitalized. They've had the double minor to Nugent Hopkins. The Oilers have had some excellent looks, Cam. They just haven't been able to beat Aiden Hill.
Frederick hit a post as well. Puck in the right wing corner of the Vegas end. McDavid goes to the right side, but Eichel there for the Golden Knights, and he'll get it out to center. It's Eichel into the Edmonton zone down the left wing. His shot, and that's off the stick of Klingberg, and it's Draisaitl down the left side. At the blue line of the Golden Knights, comes in across the top to Klingberg. He'll go towards the net. Forced to the right wing corner. Has it now on the right wing boards. To the blue line in the middle for Jake Wallman. Left wing side, directed wide by Draisaitl. Puck up near the point, William Karlsson. Into the middle. Give it to Theodore. Left wing to Eichel. Into the Oiler end, across to Theodore on the right point. Smacks it to the corner. Wallman along the boards, but Karlsson got it loose. Karlsson could not keep it in the zone. It comes to center and off of Arvidsson. Hannafin to Hurdle on the right wing to Saad. Will dump it in. Pickard sets it in behind the net. Klingberg waits in behind the goal. Klingberg steps out through the middle. On the left wing to Janmark. Got caught in his skates, and now he comes up the left side to center ice and he'll shoot it in. It's in behind the Vegas net. On the inboards is Hannafin. Podkolzin came flying in there. It's top of the circle. Colasar Can't find any room, not with Podkolzin on him, and it's in behind the goal. White Cloud up the right wing to Saad, to center ice. Saad offside at the Edmonton blue line with 7:43 to go in the first, and Vegas up by a score of 2-0.
Very important announcement to make. I need you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Faceoff's going to be just outside the Edmonton blue line.
Well, almost an ideal start for Vegas. I mean, the Oilers are out shooting the Golden Knights 8-7 in this game. Vegas has had the double minor to Nugent Hopkins, and it was, I mean, he cut him. It was a double minor. And then a rough 3-on-3 sequence against Edmonton's top line, and Mark Stone's got a pair here early.
Kane into the Vegas end, off the stick of Nugent Hopkins. It goes in behind the net. Hyman back there looking for it, but it's Korzak for the Golden Knights on the right wing to Smith. They'll go through the neutral zone. Pass it across on the left for Waugh. Waugh along the left wing boards. The Hag in from the point. Nugent Hopkins gets it free to Nurse up to center, and he'll shoot it in. Hill out of his net, stops it. Right wing corner to Caden Korzak, playing in his first NHL Stanley Cup playoff game. Now to Olofsson into the Oiler end on the right wing. A shot and a save made by Pickard as Waugh heated that one up down the right wing. In the puck top of the circle. Brown will get it to the blue line just out. Olofsson will shoot it back in.
Oilers looking disjointed. They actually had a good sequence right after the Vegas power play goal. But it's been all Golden Knights since. Look out.
Pass by Wallman got picked off. Pearson across, coming back to break it up was Connor Brown. Great defensive play, and it's cleared to center. Pearson into the Oiler end down the left wing. Stops on the left wing boards to Hannafin. Put it off the end to the right and back to the blue line it goes. A snapshot, change direction. White Cloud shot. Goes to Pearson now on the right wing. His shot blocked by Wallman. Klingberg's got it in behind the Edmonton net.
Oilers got to settle down here, Cam.
Klingberg waits as the rest of his teammates make a change.
You can see what they're doing. They're forechecking differently depending on who's on the ice for Edmonton.
The center ice, Bouchard to McDavid. Down the left wing into the Vegas end. Goes to the end boards. Hit by McNabb. The puck to the top of the circle. Perry trying to keep it in. He does. To McDavid along the right wing. Now to Draisaitl at the hash marks on the right side. Behind the net to Perry. Perry swings it back to the blue line. Nurse on the left wing point. Behind the net to Perry. Right wing to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to the blue line. Bouchard, right wing corner to McDavid. McDavid protecting the puck. On the left wing to the blue line to Bouchard. Down low to Draisaitl. Just goes by him over to the right side. Along the right wing boards, McDavid to the point. Nurse walks to the middle. A shot. And he put it wide. Stone will chop it to the line. Good job by Nurse. Knocked it out of the air. He kept it in. William Karlsson will be able to clear it out.
But all that zone time, Edmonton never got a shot to the net. Their top line on the ice.
4:49 to go in the first. 2-0. Golden Knights lead the Oilers here in game one. Up the right wing, Victor Arvidsson cuts through the middle. Dumps it in on the backhand. It'll go in behind the Vegas net. Hill poked it to the corner. It's along the boards. Kulak in from the blue line. To Janmark. Goes in behind the net. Now to Arvidsson. Arvidsson in front to Podkolzin. Jams it towards the goal, and it is covered up by Adin Hill. Now everybody gets in there as they gather in behind the goal. Podkolzin right in the middle of it with Nicholas Hay. Look at that all broken up.
It's one each way here. Better be one each way. Better not be just
or none.
We'll see.
Might be none. Okay. Well, we're going to take a break. 4:27 to go in the first. 2-0 Golden Knights lead the Edmonton Oilers from the T-Mobile Arena here in Vegas. Ford dealers. NHL hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
End of the Roll Flooring Centers is not only Canadian owned and operated, but we've been your go-to flooring center since 1986. The reason is simple. We make your flooring project easier. Rather than a tiny sample, upload a photo of your room at endoftheroll.com and instantly see what your dream flooring looks like in your house. Thousands of styles just clicks away. End of the Roll Flooring Centers. We've been flooring Canadians for 4 decades. Visit endoftheroll.com.
12870 St. Albert Trail and now open at 580 Parsons Road Southwest.
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game. But they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown & Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown & Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
Our people, our team. It's what business owners almost always say is their most important resource. But strong businesses don't just find great people. They make sure their teams stay healthy, engaged, and performing at their best. A benefits plan from Alberta Blue Cross is more than just drug and dental. They support the whole person with flexible coverage levels that fit the size and circumstance of your business. Find a plan that gets results at ab.bluecross.ca.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer, we're here at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. 2-0 Golden Knights lead with 4:27 to go in the first period of Game 1 of this second round series. Face off the Golden Knights end, puck to the point. Klingberg shot, and it got blocked. And out with it through center as Pearson comes into the Oilers zone down the left wing. He'll play it in front, and unable to get a shot away was Howden. And it goes off the mesh over the glass as Brett Howden followed the play up and couldn't get it on goal.
So here's the thing. Vegas is not as fast at forward, but they play faster than they did before because of their puck movement. The Oilers got to realize it's a completely different team. Vegas forechecking very aggressively against every line other than the line that McDavid's on. So they're selling out a bit on the forecheck. They fly the zone. You got to be aware. They're activating their weak side D. They're attacking. And it's been Vegas' first period. That's part of the reason why they're up 2-0 here, Cam. Of course, they got the Oilers put themselves in a bad spot. The Nugent Hopkins double minor. Vegas capitalized, and then the Oilers hit a post right after that.
Yep.
And then it was a poor read on a 3-on-3 up the ice with some guys for Vegas that have won cups and are really skilled and talented.
Oilers iced it right off that draw, so we'll do it again to the left to Pickard.
And Hills made 2 or 3 really big saves in tight, and Frederick hit the post.
Nugent Hopkins, Kane, and Hyman out there. Klingberg and Kulak. And the puck goes to the middle over the skate of Hyman on the left point. Hanifin shot. Stop made by Pickard. Puck along the boards inside the Edmonton zone. Kulak behind the net to Klingberg up the left wing, off the boards and out. Won't be hard enough for icing as Hanifin turns in front of his net up the left wing to Smith. Now in over the line to Waugh. He'll dump it in behind the Edmonton goal. Klingberg, right corner, will get it out to center ice to Leon Draisaitl. In over the line to McDavid. He has Perry to Perry in front. Scores! Corey Perry makes it a 2-1 Golden Knights lead.
Third goal of the playoffs for Corey Perry, but the outlet pass that sprung Leon Draisaitl, and then he swung it back across to McDavid, wide open in front. Perry, he was on the left side of the goal. He opens up as a right shot and swings around Aiden Hill. No chance for him, and it's a 2-1 game. It's a nice looking goal.
Sure was. Corey Perry gets his third of the playoffs at 16:26 of the first period.
So both teams with a pair of 5-on-5 beauties in this game. I mean, that was every bit as nice as the goal that the Vegas Golden Knights scored 5v5.
McDavid and Draisaitl with the assist. McDavid has points at 5 straight. The puck dumped into the Golden Knights zone. Edmonton goal scorer.
Haig up the left wing. Desaad got it out. Ty Emberson will shoot it back in. Korzak's in behind the Vegas net. Up the left wing, it won't get out of the zone. Now flipped out off the stick of Tomas Hertl. It goes in behind Emberson. Kulak up to the point, pitching in Korzak to keep it in. Kolasar in the right corner. Hertl in behind the net. Hertl's pass to the point to Korzak. Walks to the middle. A wrist shot tipped in front of the net just wide. The right wing is Kolasar. Kolasar to the point. For Haig across to Korzak. He'll shoot it. It's in behind the Edmonton net. Hertl on the end boards. To the right wing. Checked by Adam Henrique. Up the left side, able to get it out. The puck will go to Connor Brown. Comes into the Vegas zone. Stops on the left wing. To the top of the circle. Left side to McDavid. Rims it on the right. Bouchard in from the right wing point to Draisaitl. Top of the circle on the right to the middle on the blue line. Nurse's pass on the left. That's broken up by Stone. Then he'll get it out and at center he'll dump it in. 2:05 to go in the first. 2-1. Golden Knights lead. Bouchard to Nurse in the neutral zone. Left wing off the stick of Perry and in. Hill to play it. Puck goes to Corey Perry though. Left wing corner to Draisaitl. Left wing point to Nurse. Back to Draisaitl. Couldn't get it back to Nurse as Nurse was going to the middle of the ice. Stone will clear it out. Perry into the Golden Knight end. Drops it on the right to McDavid to Perry. He'll go behind the net. The wrap around off the outside of the goal.
Well, he knocked the net off.
1:32 to go here in the first. Hill had knocked the post closest to him off.
It's a wily veteran move there. As Perry was going for the wraparound, and I mean, that came
You know
off.
what? If Theodore didn't get his stick on it, that would have went in and it would have counted.
Yep.
Because that post, the post he was wrapping around was still on.
And it was the goaltender unimpeded who knocked the post off.
If Theodore doesn't get his stick in there, that goal would have counted.
Good response here from Edmonton.
Yep.
No penalties. Right now, that's the difference in the game.
Top of the circle, Stone off the boards and out. Vegas will make the change they were looking for, and it goes in behind the Edmonton net.
Look at the up pressure they're putting on the Oilers D. Considerably different than what Vegas or what LA ran with.
We figured as much. Puck brought in by Nugent Hopkins. Pass was off the heel of his stick, but Hanifin will be able to clear it. And it will go to Howden into the Oilers zone. A wrist shot saved by Pickard. He holds on as we're now into the last minute of the first period. 2-1 Golden Knights lead the Oilers.
Edmonton's out shooting Vegas 10-8 here in this period. Vegas had the 4-minute power play to work with, scored once early. So they've had the 2 power plays. At some point, the Oilers, you would think, would get a power play. But if you recall, first game this year, Vegas won 1-0 in a low-event game played here. Edmonton outshot Vegas 16-2 in the third. Didn't get a power play the entire game.
Didn't have one the other way either.
Yeah, it was low, like I said, low event.
It was low event. Goes to the right wing corner.
Oilers thought there should have been a penalty. There's none called on Henrique. Got hauled down right in front of his own net.
Howden on the right wing boards. To the blue line, Hanifin left point, a little snapshot off a leg and just wide of the Edmonton net. White Cloud in from the right wing side, behind the net to Howden. Centering pass, intercepted by Nurse. A rim it on the right, 30 seconds to go in the first period. 2-1 Golden Knights lead. Right wing, Frederick to center. To Brown in over the Vegas blue line. Right wing corner, Frederick trying to sweep it towards the net. Puck goes to Olofsson up the right wing to Saad. Saad to center ice. All by himself at the Edmonton line. He'll get through, but he won't get a shot. Now centers it, and Nurse will smack it away.
That's a 1-on-4 by Brandon Saad.
The first period comes to an end. Yeah, that didn't look like anything, and then it turned into something. He didn't get a shot, but then put it back in front of the net. That could have been big trouble.
All right, Cam, I mean, here's the deal. I think the Oilers will take that period, and I'll tell you why. because the Golden Knights, and hey, it's a high-sticking double minor on Nugent Hopkins. The argument was he cleaved before as he was trying to fight through the check, which led to being put in that situation. You can make that argument. 5-on-5, this was an even game. Don't forget, Frederick hit the post. They scored a terrific goal with their top line, and the Oilers responded with a terrific goal from their top line. Edmonton's got lots to clean up. Their puck maintenance in their own zone, they're under a different degree of forechecking pressure. They're just simply playing a better opponent in Vegas. More seasoned, a team that's won before 2 years ago. But all things considered, with how that period started it down 2-0, I'll take 2-1, but you gotta play better if you're Edmonton. You're gonna have to elevate and manage the puck a little bit better in period number 2.
Exciting first period. 2-1 Golden Knights lead after 20. Mark Stone, both goals for Vegas. Corey Perry with the goal for the Edmonton Oilers, playing in his 222nd Stanley Cup playoff game. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl get the assist. McDavid's got points in 5 straight games. So 2-1 Vegas leads here in game 1 after the opening 20. Bryn Griffiths and Rob Brown, they're standing by. They got the intermission for you when we come back from the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Athletes know that to advance your career, you've got to be part of a winning team. So, what about you? Are you working for a winning team? Well, here's your chance to do just that. Brandt is a strong and stable industry leader with career opportunities across Canada. We have hundreds of positions available right now, from parts, sales, positioning technology, heavy-duty mechanics, and more. Be a part of a winning team. Earn your stripes by joining Brandt today. Find out more at BrandtJobs.com.
It's our YEG with 880 Chad.
Help inspire the next generation of artists as the International Children's Festival of the Arts returns to St. Albert May 29th to June 1st. Enter now at 880ched.com for your chance to win. Then experience a hilarious, heartfelt, and contemplative look at love, loss, relationships, and life as the Shadow Theater presents Where You Are. May 1st through the 18th at the Varscona Theater.
For details on these and more events, visit 880ched.com. At the intermission, brought to you by Hand of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
To Leon Draisaitl, in over the line to McDavid. He has Perry, to Perry in front, scores! Corey Perry makes it a 2-1 Golden Knights lead.
And that's our Highlight Zone, brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and there's one right next door to the Edmonton International Airport, too. Welcome to the Winter Zone. Welcome to the first intermission after 20 minutes of play. Vegas leading Edmonton 2-1. Bryn Griffiths along with Rob Brown with you on this first intermission. I can't say I'm overly surprised by the way the game started. The Oilers a little slow out of the gate. Vegas, obviously, at home, came out pretty sharp. But for the most part, I thought the Oilers were able to get some momentum back at around the midway point, and it's pretty even for me.
Well, they got momentum to start the game because they had a 4-minute power play. An accidental high stick. It cut Hurdle open. Easy call for the referee. And now all of a sudden, you're sitting back and you're defending. And Vegas has a good power play unit, and they score in the first one, and all of a sudden they've got a chance to go up 2. I'll give the Oilers credit. They were able to kill off the second Vegas power play, but for the first half of that period, the Oilers are defending, and the Vegas Golden Knights got rolling. And then the one thing that we saw in the LA series that we saw a little bit too much of, and we saw again in that first period, big turnovers by the Oilers. Vegas capitalized on one, had a couple of other grade A scoring chances on other ones. Vegas is a good forechecking team, and the Oilers got caught in the first period turning the puck over, and it's cost them on the scoreboard as Vegas scored a big goal on a turnover in the offensive zone.
But they get a goal. They get to within 1, obviously, on Corey Perry's marker. It's his 222nd playoff game. He's only a few weeks shy of 40 years of age, but he gets a big goal to cut the lead to 1. So the Oilers now trailing 2-1. I agree with Bob, actually. I think the Oilers will be somewhat pleased to get through the first period just down 1. And now you focus ahead to the second period.
Well, that's all it is. You just look what's in front of you. You don't look at what's behind you. It was an important goal for the Oilers coming later in the period. The Vegas Golden Knights are trying to play the Eichel, Stone, Carlson line against Connor and Leon. And that is a very, very good line. Very good defensively and also can score. As we saw Stone with 2 goals in the first period. Well, there was a shift that the Knobloch was able to get his number 1 line out there, and they weren't against the Eichel line. And they took full advantage of it. They get an odd man break. Nice hands by Perry in front of the net. I think Hill and most people were thinking he's going to one-time it. He shows patience. He's scored 50 before. He knows how to put the puck in the back of the net. He lets Hill overplay it, walks around him. He's got time because it's an odd man break. And the Edmonton Oilers get on the scoreboard. So not a bad period, not a bad road period, but I think the Oilers still, in all honesty, both teams wanted to cut down on the big mistakes, as there were a lot of grade A shots either way. That was a 2-1 game that easily could have been 3-2 after 20 with the number of good looks both teams had.
Oilers out shooting Vegas in that opening period 10-9, but it's 2-1 for Vegas through 20 minutes of play. Okay, so you're right. You have to look forward. You can't look back, although you do need to make some corrections. Both teams, it was a tad messy at times, but for the most part, highly entertaining first period, I thought.
Well, it's you're in the final 8 teams in the National Hockey League. These are all the best teams. They're going to be entertaining because they're the best teams that the National Hockey League has. Vegas was good in that period. They capitalized on their power play. They capitalized on a big mistake by the Oilers, and then on the opposite direction, the Oilers capitalized on an odd man break. You don't get a whole lot of those usually in an NHL playoff game, so when you do, take advantage of it. I really liked how they executed the 3-on-2. What I didn't like earlier was the Oilers had a shorthanded 2-on-1.
Yes.
And Matthias Janmark came in with Connor Brown. And Connor Brown is on his one-time side, which is perfect. Both players, one-time side. You think pass, but I believe it was Hanifin was the defenseman. He took away the pass. He seriously went right to Brown. Janmark had a breakaway. Janmark could have walked right and he could have deked the goal. You don't get to deke a goalie on a 2-on-1 very often. But Hanifin said, you know what? I'm going to let my goalie, Aiden Hill, have the shooter. And Janmark, instead of taking the puck to the net, he still tried passing it. And he passed it to Hanifin. That was a wasted opportunity for the Oilers. Janmark had 2 goals in the first series. He had a great opportunity. If you can somehow score a shorthanded goal and come out even on a 4-minute power play, that would have been hugely deflating to the Vegas Golden Knights. But Janmark, he probably had pass in his mind at about center and never left his mind. He thought the whole way down, I got Connor Brown for a one-timer, I'm going to find him. But Hanifin read it, and Janmark wasted a really, really good chance for the Edmonton Oilers to score a shorthanded goal.
So what do you figure Chris Knobloch says to the team after that? Very much?
Well, after the period? Well, yeah. He's going to talk to them about the 2 or 3 things. Every period, there'll be 2 or 3 things only that a coach will talk about. You don't want to bog down the players with too many things that they have to concentrate on. It's, they got a couple major points. The Oilers turned the puck over a lot in that period. So they'll talk about that. If you don't have a play off the glass and out. If you watch the Vegas Golden Knights, they're very good at just going off the glass. They just, all right, we got no play. Let's just put it out in the neutral zone. We'll fight for the puck in the neutral zone. But the Oilers a couple times forced things in their own zone, and one created a wide open 2-on-1. So he'll talk about getting the pucks into simple areas, and then he'll talk about getting more shots on net and don't wasting opportunities. And I think that one he will mention about the Janmark shot. Make sure you take the shot when it's there.
It's funny, I went back and watched Game 5 of the Los Angeles series. The Oilers were shooting from pretty much everywhere. It was good to see because they don't do that a ton, but they love the pretty goals. There's no denying that. But we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to the second period. Brownie, we'll thank you for your time. We'll talk to you coming up in the second intermission.
Sounds good.
All right. Hey, before we take a break, just got to tell you that if you want to go to an Oilers home game in round 2, tickets are on sale now. Just go to edmontonoilers.com/tickets for your shot at games 3 and 4. By the way, the start times are official now on Saturday, May the 10th. It will be a 7 o'clock start on the Saturday night. And then on the Monday night, it will be a 7:30 start Mountain. That would be game number 4 of the series. At the Intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's Get Flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Pizza 73, the official pizza of your Edmonton Oilers. Loyal to the oil, in Edmonton we trust. Rising to the top like a pizza crust. Got the flavors to play, yeah. Cooking on ice. Hunger happens, gotta score a slice. Let's go.
Hey, sports fans, it's TSI Mike. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. It's that time of the show. Please let us know where you're watching from in the chat. Where in the world are you hanging out with us at? Let us know your city and province, city and state if you're in the United States, city and country flag all over the world. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and letting us know and everyone know where you're watching. And also, you can check out that link that's pinned in the chat and in the description, our live viewers tab on our website, and go see where everybody's watching from.
Where in the world are you watching from? Now's the time to show for you to let us know where you're watching from in that chat or by visiting our new live viewers website. Holy Mackinac! As we are passing 100,000 insiders on Toronto Sports Insider, the playoff pulse is a global force. Visit TorontoSportsInsider.com to see our live viewer map and where fans are cheering from right across the globe. While you're there, check out our awesome new website and fresh merch options. Let's keep growing this global community.
Just before 6 o'clock tonight for the wildfire burning south of Boyle along Highway 831 between the Boyle Fish Pond and Elscott turnoff. Sturgeon County has also issued an evacuation order as flames burn near Redwater Provincial Recreation Area. The order affects people living east of Redwater, which is about 60 kilometers northeast of Edmonton. Alberta Premier Danielle Smith's talk of a possible referendum on the province's separation has garnered reaction from some political leaders over the past 24 hours. Without mentioning Smith by name, Ontario Premier Doug Ford said, quote, "This is a time to unite the country, not people saying I'm leaving the country," unquote. And Mark Carney visited the White House as Prime Minister of Canada to meet with United States President Donald Trump in a high-stakes introduction. Following the meeting, Carney described the venture as constructive, even though he did have to push back on Trump's repeated claims that Canada should become an American state. I'm Zach Ferguson. Your next scheduled newscast will be at the second intermission on 880 CHED.
Experience the exciting casino action at 3 Century Casino locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. Dine at one of their amazing restaurants featuring daily specials. Take in the ultimate game day experience at the all-new Selly Sports Bar and Lounge. Check out the best in live entertainment at any amazing location. Plus, enjoy a great selection of casino gaming options and off-track betting. Feel the thrill of live horse racing at Century Mile Racetrack. Don't miss a second of the action at Century Casino.
Legacy Heating and Cooling jingle auditions take one for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman. Are you ready, guys?
We were born ready. Heck yes, Nuge. Drop the beat. Call Legacy. Call Legacy. We freaking killed it, Nuge. That's what I'm talking about, Zachary Martin Hyman.
Nice guys. We're going to sell a lot of air conditioners.
Hey, doesn't Legacy offer no payments and no interest for a year on those?
Yeah, well, thanks for the assist on the copy points there, Nuge.
It's just what I do.
Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Bryn Griffiths back here in the first intermission after 20 minutes of play. It is Vegas 2, the Edmonton Oilers 1. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Okay, we just had one other game tonight. It was Carolina on the road in Washington to take on the Capitals. this pretty even series, quite frankly. Carolina takes the first game 2-1 in overtime. Jacob Slavin scoring the overtime winner in that one. He also he was on the ice for 20 minutes and 41 seconds. It wasn't a beautiful picture goal, but who cares? On the score sheet, that's your game winner tonight. Logan Thompson for Washington had a pretty solid game as well. He stopped 33 shots, but it just wasn't enough tonight to pick up the victory. And for Carolina, Logan Stankoven with 1 goal in that one, played 15 minutes and 51 seconds, was the third star of the hockey game. Freddie Anderson gets the win. Not very busy tonight in goal. Made 14 saves, but posts the win, and Carolina with a 1-0 lead in this best-of-7 series. So we'll be watching this one carefully, but that one was in Washington tonight. I'm guessing that's a bit of a punch in the gut for the Capitals tonight because a lot of people have favored them to kind of move on. But Carolina is a really good hockey club, so we should not be too surprised at that. Edmonton Oilers trailing 2-1 after 1 period of play. Mark Stone with both goals in that period for Vegas, and it was Corey Perry picking up the goal for the Edmonton Oilers, capitalizing on a 3-on-2 break. So more action coming up. The second period is on the way. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. As I mentioned, second period coming up next. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At the intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Get paid to stay with Edmonton's best hotels. Book through edmontonsbesthotels.com and receive up to $225 in gas, meal, or cash cards. There's over 52 hotels to choose from. Edmonton's best hotels. Get paid to stay.
All right, give me something big.
The Ford It's a Big Deal event is on.
Bigger.
Get a big truck and an even bigger deal.
Love it. Now the details.
Right now, lease a 2025 F-150 STX with the black appearance package from $220 bi-weekly at 0% APR for 24 months with $43.75 down. That's like $110 weekly.
Now bring it home.
Plus, there's a $750 bonus for eligible Ford owners. Hurry into your Alberta Ford store. Visit Ford.ca today.
Real Canadian Superstore has more ways to save than any other major grocer. Check out their weekly flyer for PC Optimum offers, deals on club size, no name, and always low-priced everyday items. Visit in-store to find everything from fashion and home decor to toys and electronics. And don't forget their new Fresh Promise on produce. If your produce isn't fresh, they'll replace it and refund it. There are so many ways to save at Real Canadian Superstore. See their flyer for details.
Get paid to stay with Edmonton's best hotels. Book through edmontonsbesthotels.com and receive up to $225 in gas, meal, or cash cards. There's over 52 hotels to choose from. Edmonton's best hotels. Get paid to stay.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We're getting ready for the second period of play of Game 1 of this second round series. 2-1, the Vegas Golden Knights lead the Edmonton Oilers. And the Oilers, this is Oil Country Playoffs 50-50, presented by Rogers. It's back with life-changing jackpots. Tonight's jackpot, over $711,000. And it's only getting started. The playoff bonus jackpot at $2.3 million. Our next lucky winner could be you. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com/5050. Mark Stone with both goals for Vegas. Corey Perry has the goal for Edmonton. We're underway here in the second period. Up the center ice. Henrique to Brown. Hacked away from him. Henrique follows it up through the middle, off the post! And the puck goes over to the right wing. That's two. Brown up near the blue line. Can't get a shot through. Blocked in front of the net. Waugh out to center ice. To Hurdle. He'll shoot it in. Or to Barbashev. He'll shoot it in right wing corner. Along the boards inside the Edmonton end. And it's Henrique behind the net. To Nurse on the right to Brown. That doesn't get out through the middle. A shot wide by Wong. The puck top of the circle cleared out by Kulak. Flying after it. Brown gets to it first in the Vegas zone. Goes in behind the net. Out the left side to the middle. Got hit by Barbashev, but the puck back to the blue line. Wallman over to Bouchard on the left. To McDavid. Shot and a glove save by Aiden Hill.
Oilers seem to be going high blocker a lot on Aiden Hill. They've hit 2 posts clean in this game. Frederick in the first period and Henrique from distance in the second. So Aiden Hill's had a little bit of luck here.
He's off to the right of Hill. Wallman left point. Quickly across to Bouchard, to McDavid. On the right to Bouchard. It goes into the corner. Jammed behind the net by Perry. Wallman has to go off his stick to the middle of the ice, and Carlson will clear it out all the way down. It'll be icing against the Golden Knights.
Well, we know how well Jack Eichel played back in 2023. Did a lot of his damage, not against Connor McDavid, but against Leon Draisaitl's line 5v5 in games 5 and 6. Don't forget Jonathan Marchessault with a massive hat trick in game 6. 2 off long cycles in the Oilers zone.
Face off to the right of Hill. Draisaitl wins the draw. To the left wing point. Nurse down the boards. Goes off a Stone. He'll get it out through the middle. To Carlson. Poked off his stick by Bouchard. And Carlson will bring it in, but Eichel is way offside after it hit the line. So offside against Vegas. Game 2 of this series will be on Thursday. Then returns to Edmonton for Game 3 on Saturday. Game 4 on Monday. Face-off just outside the Edmonton blue line. Nugent Hopkins up against Hurdle. They're tied up. The puck's in their skates. They poke it free, and it goes up the right wing to Kane. Comes into the Vegas zone. Hit by White Cloud. Puck goes to the end boards. Hurdle in behind the net. Over to Hannafin. The right wing won't get it out. Kept in by Wallman. Hannafin another chance. Off the skate of Saad and out. And it's shot right back to the line. That was it.
In the hand.
It did too.
That hurt him.
And it's at the Edmonton blue line, and it's Kane. Into the Vegas zone on the right. Along the right wing boards to Klingberg. It couldn't get to the middle of the ice. Hannafin will get it out. Wallman inside his own blue line. To Klingberg, now up the left wing. For Perry, comes into the Vegas zone. Left side, top of the circle. McDavid to the blue line. Bouchard on the right to Draisaitl. Draisaitl cross ice pass. A little far to McDavid. Now he has it on the left wing. McDavid in the left wing corner. Around the boards to the right wing point. Bouchard's pass to Draisaitl. Didn't have a lot on it, and it does get cleared out by Saad. 2-1, Golden Knights lead. 2:45 gone here in the second period. McDavid down the left wing to Bouchard into the Vegas zone. Back to McDavid. Left wing to Bouchard. He'll go into the corner and behind the net off of Perry's stick. White Cloud along the boards for the Golden Knights to Stone. And down the right wing. He'll clear it out just... It will not be hard enough for icing. Wheeling up the right side. There's Kulak to center. Tied up at center. Puck goes to Evan Bouchard. Through the middle to Draisaitl, but in early is Janmark. That's offside against Edmonton.
So they've got a piece of McDavid twice after he's moved the puck. And rules for interference have changed a bit, but the further you go in the playoffs, the less you see those sort of calls. One of them, Arvidsson, was completely behind the net. I should mention the commissioner of the National Hockey League, Gary Bettman, is here.
At center, Emberson will shoot it in. Hill will stop it behind the goal. Puck in the left wing corner. McNabb up the boards to Pearson. Now to Olofsson at center. Down the left wing to Howden. Into the Edmonton zone. Goes to the left wing corner. Takes a hit from Emberson. Olofsson up against the boards. He's got it in his skates. Tried to kick it free. Nurse has it in the middle, though, for the Oilers. Up the left wing. He'll get to center ice. Pearson. On the right wing, they dump it in. Emberson for Edmonton. Left side to Podkolzin. Podkolzin to Nurse up the left wing to Janmark. Into the Vegas end. Down that left side. In front. Pushed on net. And the save by Hill. Arvidsson got his stick on it. And Hill just kept it out.
Did he keep it out? They're waving it off. They're saying he did. Oilers have had some opportunities, some looks here, Cam.
They have.
Yeah, he almost backed it on the net with the puck there.
Close. 2-1, Golden Knights lead. 4 minutes, 8 seconds gone here in the second period. Great to have you on board wherever you are along the Oilers Radio Network this evening. Face off to the right of Hill. Henrique wins the draw to the left wing point. Wallman left side to Brown. He's top of the circle to Wallman. In the middle, a snapshot, and it pinballs over to the right wing. Henrique top of the circle. Left wing corner to Brown. Taken to the boards by Korzak. It's in behind the net. To the left wing. Haig up to the line and out with it. Wallman at center. Drift it right back in. On the right wing, Brown, angle shot, saved by Hill. There's a rebound, and it's jammed just over the net. And the puck in the left corner, Frederick. Back to the point. Waugh has the broken stick for Vegas. Goes to the right side, off the stick of Henrique and out. And there's going to be a penalty against the Golden Knights. It's going to be a holding call. The Edmonton Oilers 4 minutes and 54 seconds into the second. They're down by 1. They're going on their first power play.
10, minor penalty holding.
I actually thought that Waugh might get away with that. It was pretty close to looking like he swam through it. Didn't necessarily completely hold, but they called it. So the Oilers get their first power play. 38.5% round 1 against LA. The penalty killing's been a weak spot for this Vegas Golden Knights team all season long. Cam. They're at 76.9% in the playoffs, but it's their weakest part of their game during the course of the regular season.
Yeah, they were 75.7 in the regular season, so pretty consistent with what they've done here in the postseason. Power play brought to you by ATCO Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at ATCOenergy.com.
Edmonton won 12 of 22 faceoffs in the opening period. And we have an issue with the ice.
Something that needs to be attended to?
Well, was it a shard from the broken stick?
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, they got rid of it.
Of course, this was a big part of how Edmonton was able to be in games 1 through 4 against Vegas. They were good in the power play. Draisaitl, 4-goal performance. Got to win draws. It's interesting. They use Eichel and Karlsson on the PK a ton. Bouchard can't be afraid to shoot the puck.
Nab sent it all the way down the ice.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
If they want to front pucks, go ahead. Eat this.
Bouchard drops it back to McDavid. Comes in over the Vegas line. Oilers down by 1 here in the second period of game 1. Puck up against the boards and cleared out by White Cloud.
So this is a different PK look from Vegas than what Edmonton saw against LA.
McDavid into the Vegas zone, left wing to Nugent Hopkins, top of the circle to the blue line, Bouchard, across to Draisaitl, into the right corner, McDavid to Draisaitl, in front of the net, his pass blocked, Draisaitl gets it back, across the shot, saved by Hill, off of McDavid, and cleared down the ice, or cleared out. Go into the bench?
Yeah, right where, is that a Louis DeBrusk down there? I think it is.
Went between the benches. Everybody looks okay. That was a good save by Hill off of McDavid.
Fought that one off.
Yep.
It's a good look.
Face off to the left of Hill.
Boy, they use their top players, though. Stone, Eichel, Karlsson. It's their first line, and they're out on the PK here.
Minute 9 to go in the power play. 2-1 Vegas leads here in the second period. Puck over to Bouchard. Is one-timer off the arm of Hill.
I love it. I love that he just wound up and pounded it.
Stone will get it all the way down the ice. McDavid gathers speed on the right wing to Draisaitl in over the Vegas line. Left side to Nugent Hopkins. It's along the left wing boards. It'll go all the way across to the right to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to the blue line for Bouchard, to the middle Right wing to Draisaitl. He's at the hash marks in the Vegas zone. High slot, Nugent Hopkins. Left wing to McDavid. McDavid up to the top of the circle. Fans on his pass, but gets it back. Has it along the boards, and Howden got it loose and down the ice. Pickard right up through the middle to Draisaitl. Now to McDavid. He'll come down the left wing for Hyman. Shot blocked by McNabb, and the puck cleared out by Eichel. Penalty's about to be over. The Oilers will be 0 for 1 on the power play.
Obviously, Vegas will take that kill.
2-1. Vegas leads. 7 minutes gone here in the second. It's flipped into the Golden Knights zone. Along the boards, Waugh to the line. Wallman keeps it in. Right wing, Arvidsson in front of the net, and it goes off a stick and wide.
That was the right play there from Arvidsson. That was a sharp play.
Arvidsson to the point to Klingberg. Lost an edge. Oh, he just kept it in. Otherwise, Carlson was gone. And it's in front of the Vegas goal to the right wing for Theodore, but he's getting spun around by Arvidsson. McNabb behind the net. Up the left wing to the blue line, and Waugh will one-hand it out. Kane through center. Lifts it in. Glove down by Aiden Hill. Left wing corner to Braden McNabb.
Shots are 7-1 for Edmonton in the second. They hit a post.
Left wing to Eichel, to McNabb, still in his own zone. Right wing corner. The puck to Theodore, will flip it down the ice. It'll be an icing call against the Golden Knights. 8 minutes into the second. 2-1, Vegas leads.
Well, that happens because of a great forecheck from Podkolzin as he finishes his man there. And the Oilers are going to get an ozone draw here. And they get McDavid, Draisaitl, and Perry back on the ice. And Victor Arvidsson with a real smart play. And frankly, Vegas unlucky that puck didn't get deflected down low into the yawning cage.
Face off to the right of Hill. Draisaitl, McDavid, and Perry out there with Nurse and Bouchard. Eichel in the face-off circle for Vegas. And it's one to the left wing point to Nurse. Down the left wing to Draisaitl. Goes into the corner. His centering pass hits Eichel. And up the right wing, Colasar will come out for Vegas at center ice. He'll shoot it in. Saad goes after it in the right wing corner. Behind the Edmonton net, Nurse. Up the right wing off of Corey Perry. It's to the blue line for McDavid. Into the Vegas zone. Dishes to the middle. Bouchard, left wing for Draisaitl. Goes into the left wing corner. Whitecloud got it free. Rims on the right wing. And Colasar to Hurdle. He'll shoot it in. Bouchard to Draisaitl through the neutral zone. On the left wing to McDavid. Into Vegas territory. Stops up for Nurse. His shot. He didn't get it through. That one was blocked. Whitecloud will get it out. Right wing for Pearson. Now through the middle of the ice. And the puck dumped into the Edmonton zone by Hannafin. It's in the right corner. To Pearson, left side. Pearson trying to come out of the corner. He can't. Trent Frederick will get it up in the air and out. This might be icing. It's waved off at the last second. Korzak at the side of his net. On the right wing for Olofsson. Comes into the Edmonton end. In front of the goal. To the middle. Put wide. What a chance there as it went right into the slot, and Eichel missed the net. To the right wing point. Korzak shot, and a save made by Pickard. He's going to hold on to it. We're going to take a break. 9 minutes and 33 seconds gone here in the second. 2-1, the Golden Knights lead the Edmonton Oilers here in Game 1 from the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. It's For Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game. But they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown & Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown & Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
Blue-collar work deserves big dollar perks. Get a heavy wallet with Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals is hiring heavy equipment technicians, maintenance supervisors, PM servicemen, maintenance coordinators, and pretty much every other position that makes Alberta go. We help move the earth that makes Alberta grow. So why not work for a company that makes your bank account grow too? Visit heavymetalequipment.ca to find your new career. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals, helping you move the earth.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer here at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. 2-1 Golden Knights lead. Second period of game one. 10:27 to go in this second period. Oilers with lots of pressure in the second, and they've hit a post.
Yeah, they should have two shots. I mean, the shots are 7-2 Edmonton in this period. And a post in the first for Frederick and a post in the second for Henrique. And both from distance. They were not bang-bang plays down low.
Face off the Edmonton zone to the left to Calvin Pickard. Puck goes to the point. Hanifin will take a wrist shot right off the shin pads of Kane. But Hanifin was able to keep it in. Now Kane will get it out. Kane's pass on the left. This is Hyman. And there's going to be a tripping call here. The icing got waved off, but the whistle went.
Vegas is going to the box.
That's right. A tripping call against the Golden Knights.
Vegas is a 2-mile tripping.
Oilers to get their second power play of the game.
Well, let's see if they can win a face-off to start the power play. White Cloud out of Bemidji. A couple other guys out of Bemidji. Joel Otto played for years with the Calgary Flames. And Brad Hunt, one of the best guys you'll ever meet. Lower Mainland kid that went to Bemidji and spent parts of 3 seasons with the Oilers. Had a pretty good year, 1 year with Minnesota in the NHL. They had some injuries on me.
Our play brought to you by ATCO Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at ATCOenergy.com. It's sent in front. It goes off the hill, off of Hill, and Nugent Hopkins' shot misses off the left side. Puck to the blue line. Bouchard to Nugent Hopkins on the left wing to Bouchard in the middle. Down the left wing, Nugent Hopkins out in front of the net. The shot by Draisaitl, saved by Hill, and he held on.
Well, there's 2 good looks there, and Hill fought those off. As Corey Perry got himself positioned, the Oilers almost scored on a jam play, and then Draisaitl ripped one right in there.
Face off to the right of Hill. Draisaitl taking the draw against Eichel. Puck goes way up into the air. Glove down by McDavid. Give it to Bouchard in the middle. Left wing to Nugent Hopkins to Bouchard. To Nugent Hopkins in front of the net. Perry couldn't get his stick on it. He was tied up. Puck on the right wing. McDavid, top of the circle. To the blue line for Bouchard. To McDavid. Left wing corner. The right wing corner. Draisaitl out to Bouchard. A shot that hit bodies in front of the net.
That hit Corey Perry. He's got to get off the ice. They're going to have to get high.
He's going to the bench. Got cleared down all the way down.
Collateral damage. That's what happens.
Minute 4 to go in this man advantage. It's dumped into the Golden Knights zone. Hill out to play it. Didn't get much on the rim attempt. Draisaitl to McDavid through the middle. A shot and a glove save made by Aiden Hill off of Connor McDavid with 53 seconds left to go in the power play.
Right now, Aiden Hill is standing on his head. I mean, the Oilers have got 10 shots on goal, and he is locked in.
Shots now 20-10 for Edmonton.
Still 53 seconds left to work with on the power play. Perry is already back to the bench after eating that shot with Bouchard.
Face off to the right of Hill. Draisaitl wins it. It goes to Bouchard. Left wing to Nugent Hopkins. Into the corner. McDavid goes behind the net. Over to the right. He'll get it out to Bouchard. Goes off his skate. Keeps it in, though. Left wing to Nugent Hopkins. Side of the net to Hyman. He tried to roll it towards the goal. It was covered up, I guess, long enough by Hill. The whistle went, and it did come free. Oilers with 37 seconds left to go in this power play. They had a ton of pressure.
Yeah. They keep winning face-offs.
Well, that helps. 8:51 to go in the second. 2-1 Golden Knights lead.
Right now, the difference in the game is Vegas got a power play goal. The Oilers have had 2 chances. They still got 37 seconds to work with, but they haven't scored on theirs. Even strength goals in this game are even at 1-1. And Edmonton's hit 2 posts, Cam.
Puck goes to the line over the stick of Bouchard. And
this is an Alberta emergency alert. Thorhild County has issued a state of local emergency and an evacuation order due to wildfire. Residents in the affected area must evacuate now. There is wildfire near Range Roads 203 to 211 and Township Roads 580 to 584. This evacuation order is in effect for everyone located on Range Roads 203 to 211 and Township Roads 580 to 584. Please evacuate to the reception center located at Thorhild Community Hall, located at 15 7th Avenue, Thorhild. Bring your important documents and medication, and prepare to be away from home for at least 3 days.
Hill. Theodore up the right wing got it out. Nurse threw it through the middle. It won't be icy. Theodore rims on the left. Off the stick of Houghton. It goes down into the Edmonton end. 7.5 to go in the second. 2-1. Golden Knights lead here in game 1. Through the middle of the ice. Nurse. Pass goes off the stick. Olofsson has it on the right wing at center. He'll shoot it in. Pickard out of his net. Stops it, rims it to Kane, got it to the blue line. Korzak will keep it in. A shot, and that misses. Short side, Hannafin from the left wing point. Goes in behind the Edmonton goal. Lost it. And then Arvidsson will get it out through the middle of the ice. Nurse can shoot it into Vegas territory. Comes around the boards.
Whoa.
All the way to center to Olofsson. Shot it in, cross corner into the Edmonton zones. Along the right wing side, top of the circle. Kane will get it to the line, but Polisar will keep it in. Made a little move over to side. Pack to Polisar, just broken up at the last second, cleared out by Wallman.
Vander made a rough play there. He's lucky that ended up in the net.
Right wing, Janmark to the blue line, but Saad will keep it in. The Hurdle on the right wing point. White Cloud now to Hurdle, right wing corner, side behind the Edmonton goal. Trying to get it back to the right, went off the back of the net. Kane will get it out. It's going to be wide of the net, won't be icing anyway. The puck in the right wing corner. White Cloud to center ice. To Keegan Polisar. He'll shoot it in. He took a hard hit there from Podkolzin. Bouchard through the middle, get it out. Bounces into the Vegas zone. Podkolzin on the right wing. The shot for Brown and the save by Hill. Podkolzin got it to Connor Brown. That was a good opportunity. And they'll say, well, it wasn't the center ice. It's an icing call against the Golden Knights.
That's a tough icing call.
I thought so too.
You got to capitalize if you're Edmonton. The problem is McDavid and Draisaitl just had a 2-minute power play shift. I'm stunned at that.
It didn't look like icing.
That's a tough call against Vegas. The Oilers are working their way into the game here after being down 2-0. I mean, the shots are 23-11 for Edmonton.
They're down by 1 with 5:39 to go in the second period. McNabb behind his net for Vegas. Up the left wing to Barbashev, now to Waugh. Long shot goes wide of the Edmonton goal. It's on the end boards. Nurse to the right wing corner. Barbashev on him. Puck along the right wing. Henrique off the right side and out. Softly played into the zone by Waugh. And Bouchard up the left wing. Trent Frederick will shoot it into Vegas territory, and the puck along the boards. On top of the circle, Frederick trying to get it loose out of the skates of White Cloud. They say battle. McDavid will get to it. McDavid has it in the left corner. To the blue line to Kulak. Just across the line. Emberson to Kulak. His shot wide to make that Klingberg back to the point. Has it on the right wing point. Across to Kulak. Left wing corner to McDavid. To Kulak to McDavid. Couldn't get it to the middle. Hit the stick of Eichel. Came back to McDavid. Comes out of the left corner. McDavid spins back to the boards. Still trying to get away from Eichel. A centering pass through the slot. It'll go to Klingberg on the right wing point. Across the line to Brett Kulak. His shot, and that one off of White Cloud. Puck in the left corner. Along the boards, McDavid to the blue line to Kulak. To Klingberg on the right. Down the right wing for Draisaitl. Draisaitl into the right wing corner to McDavid, into the slot, and that one misses Klingberg, and it goes out of the zone.
Got to get a shot on net there. You have that much ozone time. Got to get it to the goal.
3:58 to go in the second. 2-1. Golden Knights lead the Oilers here in Game 1. Klingberg will shoot it in. Korzak along the boards. Up the right wing to Carlson. He'll get it out. Left side for Howden. Howden shot, and that one off a stick. Doesn't get to the Edmonton net. Stone battles on the right. It goes to Carlson. He fans on his shot. It's top of the circle in the Edmonton end. Nugent Hopkins will get it out to center ice. The Draisaitl dumped it in. The Oilers offside. Had to tag up as Perry was in a little early. Haig across to Korzak, through the middle, off a Carlson stick, into the Oiler end. It goes to the right wing corner. It's up against the boards. Jake Wallman going to work it free. It does come free to Hurdle. He then lost it to Evander Kane down the left wing. Knocked off his stick, goes in on the offside, and we get a whistle. With 2:55 to go here in the second period. 2-1, Golden Knights lead the Edmonton Oilers here in Game 1. We're going to take a break from the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. It is Four Dealers NHL hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Did you hear what happened to Rick while he was building his fence?
Yeah, he hit a natural gas line. They had to evacuate his entire neighborhood at dinner time, too. I bet he didn't make any new friends that day.
It cost him a ton to get the line repaired. I wonder why he didn't get his underground utilities marked.
Don't be that person. If you're digging on your property, request a locate for natural gas lines. It's free and can prevent serious injury or financial loss. And you won't upset the neighbors. Visit clickbeforeyoudig.com. A safety message brought to you by ATCO.
Play Alberta has hundreds of casino games right at your fingertips. Join thousands discovering why Fortune Coin is one of Alberta's most popular games. Fill your reels with golden coins. Multiply your prizes up to 6 times and turn good spins into legendary ones. Land the Fortune Coin symbol to win cash. Trigger the jackpot. Launch the free spins bonus and watch as the dragon takes over your screen. New players get 100 free spins only on playalberta.ca. Claim your offer today. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Get ready to live sky high. Sky Signature Suites offers remarkable units for rent featuring sophisticated floor plans, designer finishes, and breathtaking views. Experience resort-like amenities including a full-time concierge, yoga and fitness studios, golf simulator, plus indoor and outdoor lounges for you to live your best life. Visit SkySignatureSuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cal Moon and Bob Stauffer. We are here in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling. Home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. 2-1. Golden Knights lead the Edmonton Oilers with 2:55 to go in the second period of Game 1. We're at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Shots are 13-2 for Edmonton here in the second period. Oilers have had 2 power plays. We're even up in the game. You can't ask for much more than that. And it was an automatic double minor on Nugent Hopkins. But again, Edmonton's had a lot of the territorial play, just like they had against LA as the series wore on. We're starting to see the Oilers get somewhere with their team game right now, Cam.
Puck dumped in, and it's Brown off the left wing to the right wing point. He was looking for Emberson. It goes just by him and out, and the Edmonton Oilers have to regroup. Nurse to center ice will shoot it in. Pops over into the right wing corner. Brown to Henrique behind the net. Henrique lost it. Colasar's going to get it out. Colasar's cross ice pass glances off a stick. And Brown will dump the puck into the Vegas zone.
Brown just couldn't pick that up cleanly, or he was gone.
White Cloud through the middle. Gets to center ice for the Golden Knights. Into the Oiler end on the right wing. He'll dump it. It's in behind the net. Long pass to Janmark. Off his stick. Stepping up. Klingberg comes into the Vegas zone on the left wing. Todd Colson followed the play, and it goes to Pearson. He'll just get it out for Vegas.
Good work by Janmark, who did play for Vegas, as you know.
And he did. Janmark into the Vegas zone, dropping it. Todd Colson shot, and that just went off the glove of Hill.
Thought he had him. 3-on-2.
Howden down the left wing, and gave it to Pearson. Couldn't get it in front of the net. Comes back to the left point. Theodore with a shot, and that goes wide of the goal.
That was Wallman with a great block for Edmonton and a pass across.
Wallman in front of the Edmonton goal. Left wing to Kulak to center ice to Arvidsson. Shoot it into the Vegas end. Up gets to the blue line. Comes out. Bouchard into the Vegas zone. Goes through the middle. We're into the last minute of this second period. 2-1 Golden Knights lead the Edmonton Oilers. This is game 1 of the second round. Puck brought in. McDavid a shot. It's blocked. He gets it back. Hacks it into the left wing corner. Along the boards. Cleared out by Eichel. Shot back in. Theodore with it now for Vegas. The left wing to Stone. Stone brought it in, but offside was Carlson. 36 seconds to go in the second period. We have not had a goal here in the second period.
This is a lot like the third period, the game here earlier this year, where Edmonton outshot Vegas 16-2. We're going to break.
We'll take a break. 2-1 Vegas leads here late in the second from the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. It is Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Looking for custom flags, banners, or canopy tents? Aurora Flags and Banners has a dedicated team to provide you with custom solutions and quality products. Aurora Flags has proudly serviced Canadian businesses and organizations for more than 30 years. Get a quote today at auroraflags.com.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know, Alberta's a special place. From the Rockies to the Plains, it's a land of hard work and big dreams. If you're going to tackle it all, you need a truck that can keep up. That's why I can't say enough about my Ford F-150. It's more than a truck. It's a partner. Rugged toughness, serious capability, and smart features that make your life easier, like available Pro Power onboard. The Ford F-150. Get yours today at your Alberta Ford dealer, and tell them PB sent you.
Pizza 73, the official pizza of your Edmonton Oilers. Loyal to the oil, in Edmonton we trust. Rising to the top like a pizza crust. Got the flavors to play, yeah. Cooking on ice. Hunger happens, gotta score a slice. Let's go Oilers, E-Town unite. Ice District to Jasper, downtown to White. Wearing orange and blue, game on the screen. Make the right call, Pizza 73. Let's go Oilers. 737373, Pizza 73.
Looking for custom flags, banners, or canopy tents? Aurora Flags and Banners has a dedicated team to provide you with custom solutions and quality products. Aurora Flags has proudly serviced Canadian businesses and organizations for more than 30 years. Get a quote today at auroraflags.com.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Down to the last 37 seconds of the second period. 2-1, Golden Knights lead the Edmonton Oilers. Face off outside the Edmonton blue line. Into his own end. Kulak to Bouchard. Off the left to Draisaitl, got it just into the Vegas zone. Theodore in behind his net. Around off of Carlson. It'll get to the blue line. That won't get out. McDavid to the middle. Bouchard shot. It's blocked. It goes to the point. Kulak, left wing to Bouchard. 12 seconds to go in the period. McDavid got it through the middle all the way to the right point. Kulak blasts one off a stick, and that goes out of play.
Well, they had a right to maybe complain off the draw. There might have been a little bit of a trip. It's created a pick, but the Oilers... Now, they changed the shot total in the first period. They said both teams had 10 shots on goal. Right now, Edmonton's out shooting Vegas 12-1 in the second period. But the problem is the Oilers haven't got the equalizer.
Face off to the left of Hill. 6 seconds left here in the second. 2-1, Golden Knights lead Edmonton. And the puck will go top of the circle. The shot by McDavid blocked. And the period is done. Oh, we got it back to Connor McDavid. He just couldn't get it through.
Can you play any better than that and not score?
No kidding. Yeah, Oilers had they were pretty good in the first. They were even better in the second. And they're in familiar territory in these playoffs. They're down after 40 minutes. 2-1 to the Vegas Golden Knights.
Cam,
but they played well.
Shoot a team 12-1 in the period. You know, the difference in the game, the Oilers have hit 2 goalposts. And, oh, by the way, they got a power play goal and a double deflection, and Edmonton hasn't had a deflected goal in the net, and they've had lots of chances. Edmonton's right there. It's a good game, and we'll see how the Oilers fare in the third period, but they have been able to work their way back into the games. Certainly in Games 3 and Game 4, they trailed, albeit at home against the LA Kings, and came back to win both those games. Of course, in Game 1, they're down 4-0 and 5-2 and made it 5-5. So we'll see what Edmonton brings in period 3.
Oilers 2-2 when trailing after 40 minutes in these playoffs. So, yes, they have been able to come back in third periods. And the Vegas Golden Knights, well, they've been pretty good when leading after 2. They're 3-0 so far. But, yes, the Edmonton Oilers play very well in the second period, unable to score all the scoring in the first period. Mark Stone had both for Las Vegas. It was Corey Perry with the goal for Edmonton. 2-1, Golden Knights lead the Edmonton Oilers after 2 periods here in Game 1 of this second round series. Bryn Griffiths, Rob Brown, they're standing by. They got the intermission for you when we come back. From the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas, it's Oilers Ford Dealers, NHL hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Rogers is Canada's largest and most reliable 5G network. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Leon scoring in Leduc. Watch Tide tie things up in Tofield. Or check out Connor doing Connor things in Kalmar. And even watch Stewart steal the show while you're in Sedalia. Try saying that 3 times fast. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers.
It's our YEG with 880 Chad.
Help inspire the next generation of artists as the International Children's Festival of the Arts returns to St. Albert May 29th to June 1st. Enter now at 880ched.com for your chance to win. Then experience a hilarious, heartfelt, and contemplative look at love, loss, relationships, and life as the Shadow Theater presents Where You Are. May 1st through the 18th at the Varscona Theater.
For details on these and more events, visit 880ched.com. At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
To Nugent Hopkins on the left wing, to Bouchard in the middle. Down the left wing, Nugent Hopkins out in front of the net. The shot by Draisaitl, saved by Hill, and he held on.
And that's our Highlight Zone, brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next door to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winner's Zone. Welcome to the second intermission. Bryn Griffiths along with Rob Brown with you. Well, after 40 minutes of play, the Edmonton Oilers trail Vegas 2-1, but that was a pretty solid period for the Edmonton Oilers, Rob.
It was. We talked at the end of the first period that about 7-8 minutes to go in the first period, the Oilers started started to assert themselves. They got in on the forecheck. They created turnovers, started getting chances. Well, they continued that in the whole second period. They carried the play, had a lot of good looks. They had the 2 power plays. Probably a little unfortunate not to cash in on one of those, as they had a number of grade A looks on Aiden Hill. But the Vegas Golden Knights, they play a very sound defensive type of defense where they keep everything to the outside and they try to let Aiden Hill see it. And if he can see it, he stops it. But there were a number of really good opportunities for the Oilers that Hill took away what looked like sure goals. So the Oilers will feel really good about themselves after 40 as they took over this game in the second 20.
Hey, what made the power play look a little bit better? I know that on the second one, they won all 4 draws. We didn't see that against LA very often.
Well, I think the power play is something like 40 or 5% in the playoffs. It's pretty good. In this game, winning the face-off it just saves you so much time. It saves you about 20 to 25 seconds of power play time because you don't have to chase it down, pick it up, come up slowly, and then give it to McDavid to set up. So you're set up right away. The Oilers have probably a dozen set plays off of offensive faceoffs on power plays. They talk about it. If you watch on TV or if you're in the crowd, you see them gather before Leon goes in to take the draw, and they're discussing, okay, which play are we going to? Okay, we're going to go to this one. And they have a whole bunch set up. So they create really good scoring chances. And when you win faceoffs, you get to execute those. So the Oilers won faceoffs. They had good looks. Give credit to Aiden Hill. He made a number of big saves. This is the Aiden Hill that we saw a couple years ago in the playoffs when he took over for Laurent Brossoit. He won a couple games by himself. If the Vegas Golden Knights somehow hold off the Oilers in this game, it'll be back on the back of what Aiden Hill did in that second period.
You were talking about faceoffs. Oilers actually winning 63% of the draws to 38% for Vegas. But entertaining period, that's for sure. The other thing, too, Victor Arvidsson and Connor McDavid leading the way with 4 shots on goal each. I don't know if you can, comment on that at all. But you know what? They seem to be getting a good effort from pretty much everybody, especially that period.
Well, when you play good teams, you need to roll all your players. And Vegas is good. They roll 4 lines. The Oilers, we saw in the first round against LA about Game 3, they recalibrated their lines and they found what they felt was good chemistry. And then they started rolling all 4. I mean, on the Oilers' 4th line, it's Arvidsson and Podkolzin. That was their second line most of the season. The addition of Kane and the addition of Frederick has moved them down the lineup, but it just makes them much more effective hockey club because now they got guys that can score on every line. They got guys that are a very good defensive conscience on every line, and they got some physicality on each line. And you don't know which line's going to come up with a big moment for you, but the Oilers have 4 lines that are capable of that. And in that second period, all 4 lines had really good shifts, and then you feed off it. If the line in front of you has a really good shift and creates momentum, when you get out there next, you want to make sure that continues. And we saw that through the whole 20 minutes.
Okay, so what are they doing to be controlling the play as much as they are here in this second period? Is there any little things that you noticed?
Well, they're winning races. They're winning battles. I don't know if the ice is poor, but there seems to be a number of players that have fallen or players that have mishandled the puck. And when that happens, you want to attack quickly. And anytime there was a bobble by the Vegas Golden Knights, Edmonton attacked. A great example is the very last shift. The Golden Knights had control of the puck. Carlson to Stone, and he tries to get it to Eichel to clear the zone, hits the back of Eichel's stick, and McDavid pounced on it, which created another 2 grade A scoring chances. So the Oilers are just winning races. And one of those things, Vegas in the last 7-8 minutes of that period were trying to survive. All momentum was on Edmonton's side. They couldn't get the puck out of their zone. Every time a new line came out, they were starting in a face-off in the defensive zone. So you're just trying to survive and then recalibrate between periods. I would expect Vegas to be better in the third period, but the Edmonton Oilers have put themselves in a position where they're just 1 goal down. And we know in these NHL playoffs, and especially if you're an Oiler fan, 1 goal for the Edmonton Oilers is nothing. So the Oilers know, win a period, you have a chance to win a hockey game in a very important first one.
So what does Vegas have to do a little different in the third period? Maybe dump it in a little bit, forecheck the Oilers defenseman?
Well, I think a lot of it is just puck maintenance. The Oilers the Golden Knights weren't very good enough with the puck. When they did get it in the couple times they had some good forechecks going. But a lot of the times they bobbled the puck by their blue line. They bobbled the puck in the neutral zone, and they never got into the offensive zone. So Vegas is just, their puck management has not been good through 40 minutes. Part of it is the ice. Part of it might be nerves. And a big part of it is the Oilers are on them quickly. When you take away time and space, all of a sudden the brain has to work a lot quicker. And sometimes the brain doesn't get to the hands quick enough, and that's when you make the bad play. And we saw that a lot. First period, both teams made big mistakes. In the second period, it was just the Vegas Golden Knights.
So even though they're down by 1 goal, the Oilers got to be feeling quite good about the third period. They're just 20 minutes away. If they can get things going a little bit, they're just 20 minutes away from maybe stealing game number 1.
Well, the Oilers right now are thinking about winning a period. I think they're quite happy with the way they've played. Vegas, in their dressing room, they're happy that they are where they are. They're happy that their goaltender has been standing on his head, but they're unhappy with the way they played through the middle 20 minutes. Vegas will be better in the third period. Hence, the Edmonton Oilers, if they want to win this hockey game, will have to be better as well. I expect the third period to be the toughest period by far, and I think you're going to see ice very, very. There won't be a lot of free ice for either team to make plays out there. It's going to be contested, whether it be stick or physicality through the entire 20 minutes. It's a close hockey game. Both teams will be disciplined. Just that one big mistake by either team in this third period will probably be the difference in the hockey game.
Thanks, Rob. We'll talk to you in the postgame show.
Sounds good.
At the Intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Bloom Benefits offers amazing coverage that even the toughest hockey players can get behind. With excellent coverage, they offer things like massage. You want to go? Counseling services. Let's go! Dental coverage. That was not offside. And eye exams. With custom health coverage for any group of any size, Bloom Benefits make every team better, stronger, and healthier. Plans start from just $54 a month. Rethink your benefits today at bloombenefits.ca.
Get ready to live sky high. Sky Signature Suites offers remarkable units for rent featuring sophisticated floor plans, designer finishes, and breathtaking views. Experience resort-like amenities including a full-time concierge, yoga and fitness studios, golf simulator, plus indoor and outdoor lounges for you to live your best life. Visit SkySignatureSuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
Hey, Edmonton, ever think about who gets your hard-earned money when you buy groceries or gas? For all you know, it could be buying a second yacht or private jet. But at Co-op, they put it right back into the community. That's because they're owned by 120,000 everyday Edmontonians, not a corporation. Feel good about where your money goes when you shop Co-op. Visit in-store for details.
This is Global News at the second intermission. I'm Zach Ferguson. Some wildfire updates to be aware of this evening. Athabasca County is being ordered to evacuate as an emergency alert came down just before 6 o'clock tonight for a wildfire burning south of Boyle along Highway 831 between the Boyle Fish Pond and Elscott Turnoff. Sturgeon County has also been issued an evacuation order as flames burn near the Redwater Provincial Recreation Area. The order affects people living east of Redwater, which is about 60 kilometers northeast of Edmonton. Prime Minister Mark Carney declared Canada will never become a U.S. state in public and private meetings with the U.S. President Donald Trump. Both leaders had described the White House meeting as productive. Carney acknowledged Trump brought it up again during their private discussion, but says he urged Trump to drop the idea. Former Conservative top man Andrew Scheer will be the interim opposition leader in Parliament with Pierre Poilievre's absence. The Saskatchewan MP-elect will assume the duty when the House of Commons begins sitting on May 26th. I'm Zach Ferguson. Your next scheduled newscast will be after the game on 880 CHED.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in Oil Country. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Since Napa first opened in Edmonton, the community has grown and vehicles have changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto Parts to provide you with the expert know-how and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
End of the Row Flooring Centers is not only Canadian owned and operated, but we've been your go-to flooring center since 1986. The reason is simple. We make your flooring project easier. Rather than a tiny sample, upload a photo of your room at endoftheroll.com and instantly see what your dream flooring looks like in your house. Thousands of styles just clicks away. End of the Roll Flooring Centers. We've been flooring Canadians for 4 decades. Visit endoftheroll.com.
12870 St. Albert Trail and now open at 580 Parsons Road Southwest.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in Oil Country. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
At the intermission, brought to you by Hand of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Oilers trail Vegas 2-1 after 40 minutes of play. In fact, the Oilers out shooting Vegas in that period 12-1. Overall, it's 22-11 for the Edmonton Oilers on the shots clock. Okay, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Just one other matchup tonight. It was one of the Eastern semifinals getting rolling in Washington, where the Capitals were favored slightly over Carolina. However, it went to overtime, and Carolina rallied to come back to win that game 2-1. Jacob Slavin with the game-winning goal in overtime, 3:06 into the extra frame. Logan Stankoven with 1 goal in that game as well. Freddie Anderson made 14 saves to pick up the victory. He was not the busiest of the 2 netminders. Logan Thompson was. He made 33 saves, but it wasn't enough to pick up the win. He gets tagged with the loss. So, obviously, Carolina now leading that best of series 1-0. Tough one for Washington to lose at home tonight, too. Let's see, what else we're going to tell you about. Obviously, if you're not aware of what's going on with the Oiler games, they're going to be playing in Vegas on Thursday night, and then it's back home in Edmonton on Saturday night, and then the Game 4 goes on Monday night at Rogers Place, and that's your first 4 games of this series. Oilers are very much in this game, and they're within striking distance as we head to the third period. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At the intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Do you have tickets to an upcoming event at Rogers Place that you can't attend? Donate your tickets to the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation Seats for Kids program, presented by Eagle Builders. Seats for Kids provides unused game tickets for charities, allowing children and families to enjoy hockey at Rogers Place. And for many, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To be a part of the Seats for Kids program presented by Eagle Builders, please email edmonton@kidsupfront.com. That's edmonton@kidsupfront.com.
Ready to score big on your outdoor space? It's game time with Park Landscaping. Transform your backyard into a winning arena with Park Landscaping's expert team. From design to maintenance of lush lawns and state-of-the-art synthetic turf to inviting pools and captivating water features, Park Landscaping will make your outdoor space the MVP. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in the game with Park Landscaping. Call 780-486-2744 today or email info@parklandscaping.ca.
You can't win it all without a great team, and Portage College is ready to see you through your educational journey. With certificates, diplomas, apprenticeships, degree pathways, and micro-credentials, Portage College has options for everyone. Take advantage of their small class sizes and true community feel, and you'll have all the support you need to complete your education and take your next step on the way to greatness. Visit portagecollege.ca to learn more about Portage College's programs and services. Portage College, it's about you.
All games, all seasons. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at the T-Mobile Arena, In Las Vegas, Nevada, the Edmonton Oilers, Vegas Golden Knights get ready for period 3 of game 1. Vegas up 2-1 through 40. Edmonton played very well in the second period, played pretty good in the first, but they're down by 1. It'll be Nugent Hopkins, Kane, and Hyman to start it off in the third period with Nurse and Kulak. Aiden Hill is having a skate attended to at the Vegas bench. He's been busy. 22 Oilers shots. Just 11 for Vegas towards Calvin Pickard. Mark Stone, both goals for the Golden Knights. Corey Perry has the Edmonton goal. All the scoring came in the first period. Looks like we're good to go, and the third period is underway. Kulak inside his own end, across to Nurse. Nurse to Kulak. To Nurse on the left, up the left wing boards to Kane. He'll shovel it in on the backhand. It goes to the right wing corner. It's in behind the Vegas net. Hannafin rimming it around. Cleared to center ice. Waugh to Kolasar. To Waugh off the left wing. Now to the point. Korzak got it back to the right point. His shot, and that one blocked by Nugent Hopkins. Over to Waugh, and he rips it wide of the Edmonton goal.
Edmonton got lucky there, Cam. Turned the puck over. If David wants it here, Nurse is going to have to give it to him.
And McDavid comes flying up the right wing. Now into the Vegas zone to the right corner. Stops to the blue line. Bouchard shot off a stick. Off the glove in front. Scores! Leon Draisaitl banked it off of Aiden Hill. And this game is tied at 2.
Well, you say it's a lucky play, but it's not, because Leon went for the bank. McDavid gained the line in the zone entry, dropped it back to Bouchard, a candidating drive. I don't think it got deflected, and then Draisaitl, with the presence of mind, sweeps it off of Hill, who's outside the net, and we are tied 2-2.
Just 58 or 57 seconds into the third period. They just added a second, and Leon Draisaitl has tied the game up. And Draisaitl with his 4th of the playoffs.
You got to be good to be lucky, and lucky to be good.
A shot in by Stone. Bouchard up the right wing to Connor Brown. He's trying to get in behind McNabb. Gets it into the Vegas zone to the right wing corner. Frederick along the boards. It's knocked away from him. It goes to Henrique on the left wing to the blue line. Wallman shot. His stick craters. And the puck comes out to center. Eichel down the left wing to Pearson. Centering pass. And that one goes right through the slot. It's in behind the net. Pearson to the left wing. Pearson all the way to the right for Stone. To the point. Korzak to Haig. Shoots it wide of the net. Batted over to the left wing, and Bouchard will just get it to the blue line and out.
Oilers need a change here. They got their big guns on the ice.
That's offside. The Golden Knights offside at the Edmonton blue line. Draisaitl from Bouchard.
I'm sure McDavid's going to get a second assist on that as well.
It's not there yet, but you're right. I'm sure it'll get there. And that was 57 seconds into this third period. This game's all tied up. Oilers were pressing in that second period, out shooting the Golden Knights 12-1 in the second. No scoring in that period. The Oilers get on the board here early in the third. McNabb will shoot the puck into the Edmonton zone. Comes around to Draisaitl, out through center to McDavid. Into the Vegas end, left wing, Draisaitl in front of the net, off of Perry. It goes wide. Perry's got it behind the goalie, and it's taken out hard on the end boards by McNabb.
That's a Braden McNabb type of play. It's offside.
Oilers are able to clear it out, so no whistle on the offside. It's shot in, steered aside by Pickard. Klingberg on the right wing to Perry. Gets it through center ice. McDavid, one touches to Nurse. In over the line to McDavid. Now to the slot. Perry over to Draisaitl. One-timer blocked by Hannafin. And on the left wing, Carlson will get it out. Olofsson rolls it into Edmonton territory. We're tied at 2. We're just about 3 minutes into the third period. Bouchard through the middle of the ice. On the left wing, that misses Podkolzin. Won't be icing. Arvidsson got to it first. To Janmark on the left wing boards. Behind the net to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson takes it to the left, cycles the puck to Podkolzin. Around the right wing to the blue line to Bouchard. Off the end boards to Arvidsson on the left wing. In front of the net, goes off a Janmark into the slot. Saad will get it out. That's center ice. Saad into the Edmonton zone. Long shot. Walker saved by Pickard. It's up against the boards inside the Edmonton end. And Podkolzin through the middle of the ice to Victor Arvidsson. Off the boards, left wing to Podkolzin. Shoots it the rest of the way down. Hill stops it in behind the goal. Up the right wing, Korzak got it out.
How's that not icing?
I guess they say Hurdle touched it. I don't know. Out to center. Klingberg shoots across corner. It won't get out. Kept in the zone is Barbashev, unable to get it by Nugent Hopkins. And this time directed out by Olofsson, the puck at center. Wallman to Klingberg. Klingberg forced back at the Edmonton blue line. On the right wing, a bank pass for Hyman, pasted by McNabb. Goes into the Vegas zone. Theodore through the middle of the ice. Nobody there. That's going to go all the way down. Should be icing. It is. 4:26 gone here in the third. Tied at 2, the Oilers and the Golden Knights.
Oilers have had 11 and a half minutes of ozone time in this game. Vegas is only at 7:20. So,
And you're right, the McDavid assist has now been added on that goal by Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl from Bouchard and McDavid. 57 seconds into this third period. Tied at 2 here in game 1. Face off in the Vegas zone. Bouchard on the right wing point. Off the boards, goes to the right wing corner. McDavid along those right wing boards. Goes to the blue line. Cleared out by Waugh. Bouchard. Pass gets picked off by Barbashev. He'll dump it in. In the right wing corner of the Edmonton zone, Brett Kulak forced behind the net by Eichel. Reverses the puck on the right wing to Bouchard out through center. Draisaitl, right wing to Perry. He'll flip it in. Glove down by Hill. White Cloud. White Cloud will bank pass for Eichel in the neutral zone. Tried to get it to Hanifin. It's behind him. He's going to go back into his end. The White Cloud. And now up the left wing to Pierce. Off the left wing boards to Eichel to Pearson. Cross ice. Goes off of Brown. White Cloud will shoot it in. Pickard will set it side of the Edmonton net. Where Nurse will wheel out and get to center. Now in over the Vegas line to Brown down the right wing. He'll cut to the middle. The backhand just put it wide. And then Hill got hit by Brown. There's a penalty coming up to the Oilers when they touch it.
And Brown's saying, I got pushed into the goalie.
Left wing Korzak into the Edmonton zone to Carlson. A shot tipped just wide by Smith. And now touched by the Oilers. And Edmonton's about to be shorthanded.
Now a huge kill and another one of Edmonton's penalty killers off. The Golden Knights.
Edmonton penalty number 28. 2 minutes for goaltender interference. We're already going, man.
Well, you got to protect the goalies a little. He kind of got it with him there. So you need a kill.
I got to tell you, he's going on his own scoring. There's a guy on his back.
Face-off will be to the right of Pickard.
Good job. That's excellent audio there.
It was. Third power play of the game for the Golden Knights.
Instead of going with deep, just shoot the puck. That's twice him and Janmark with opportunities to make plays. Shoot it. Force him to work instead of trying to deep.
Oiler penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Barbashev out here taking face-offs.
Puck goes to Kulak, hammers it off the boards and out.
Henrique's done an excellent job. He's 66% in this game, 8-4 in face-offs.
Theodore to Eichel. Comes out of his end through the middle, just off the stick of Hurdle. And Pickard can clear it off the right wing glass and all the way down. Theodore out from behind his goal. We're tied at 2. We're here in the third. 6.5 minutes in to Eichel at the Edmonton blue line. Right wing to Stone. For Theodore, right point. A shot. Save made by Pickard. He holds on to it.
He fought that one off. They got a real effective zone entry there. And Henrique's coming back out. He's been so critical on faceoffs. By the way, the Oilers dominated through 2 periods. To the tune of roughly 60%. It's a left side draw, so Eichel's going to take it. He's a right shot against Henrique.
Dropped it once. They're going to have to do it again. Nurse gets into it a little bit there with Victor Olofsson.
Of course, they don't have Pavel Dorofeyev, who scored 35 goals this year.
Hurdle wins the draw. Puck goes to Theodore, left wing to Eichel, top of the circle towards the net. A shot. He misses short side. Goes into the corner. Nurse taken down by Olofsson. Goes to the left wing. Eichel along the boards. Worked over a bit by Bouchard. To the right wing for Olofsson. Behind the net. Smacked over to the left side. Eichel to the blue line. Theodore to the right. The one-timer save made by Pickard off of Olofsson.
Nurse can't over-pursue here.
Olofsson will bounce it to the blue line. A rolling puck. Theodore on the right for Olofsson. He's top of the circle towards the net. A shot. And that goes off a leg and wide. Eichel left wing at the hash marks. Into the corner. Backhand pass hit. Nugent Hopkins gets it back to the blue line for Theodore, side of the net to Stone. Directed it off the outside of the goal. Stone to the blue line to Theodore. Theodore to the right. The one-time shot. That one blocked by Nurse as Olofsson let it go. Hurdle on the right wing. To the point for Theodore. Left side to Eichel. Eichel waiting to Stone. In front of the net. Save made by Calvin Pickard. And he holds on to it. Big stop by Pickard in the late stages of this Vegas power play. Tied at 2 here in the third. 7:50 gone in the period.
Hurdle's trying to draw a call here.
A great stop by Pickard.
This is an important draw here for McDavid. He's out with Hyman, or with Janmark rather. He's got to win the draw. There's 9 seconds left. And Carlson's a good face-off man. Though he was only at 50% in the opening round. But traditionally been about a 54% face-off man in his career. And he's going against McDavid. Calvin Pickard trying to buy a couple extra seconds here in goal for the Oilers. Oilers got to go in and help support McDavid on this face-off.
9 seconds to go on the man advantage for the Golden Knights. They drop it. It's in skates, and it'll go to McDavid, and he's going to just take it out of the zone. Up the right wing, slows up, cross ice pass to Hyman. Into the Vegas end. Penalty is over. Hyman on the end boards. Golden Knights now 1 for 3 on the power play. Howden will get it out. Center. Over to Smith, shoots it in. Pickard on the right to Klingberg. Didn't get much on his pass across. Smith's on the end board. Klingberg engages with him. Klingberg gets the puck. And clears it out. And the puck in the neutral zone. It's at the Edmonton blue line. Smith coming in on the right wing. Doesn't get a shot through. Draisaitl behind the net to Klingberg. Klingberg skates in front of the Edmonton net. Has room through the middle. Left wing to Janmark. Now to Kane. Dumps it in deep, and the puck goes to the left side. Haig got it to center ice for the Golden Knights. Now to Waugh. Right wing to Barbashev. Most of the right wing corner. Kulak's right on him. Puck top of the circle. Kane to the middle of the ice for Victor Arvidsson, and he will get it out. in the neutral zone. White Cloud, right wing.
Hot effects going right now.
Sure do. Puck rimmed on the right wing. Bouchard will get it to center ice. It's one touch to Frederick. He's going to partial break the shot, and that goes off the arm of Hill. Here's Henrique with a blast. It goes wide. Nurse keeping it in, left wing point.
What a chance for Frederick.
Tied at 2 here in the third. 10:23 to go in the period, and it goes into the Edmonton bench, and we get a whistle. We're going to take a break. Oilers and Golden Knights. Game 1 has been back and forth. Tied at 2 with 10:21 to go in the third. We'll be right back from the T-Mobile Arena here in Vegas. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey folks, Paul Brandt here. Around these parts, we work hard, play hard, and we demand the best. Sometimes you need a truck that's a cut above. The Ford Super Duty. Tough enough for any job with the style and luxury you deserve. It's as powerful as it is refined, with cutting-edge features that make every drive a pleasure. In short, this ain't your everyday pickup. The Ford Super Duty. Drive the finest truck Alberta has to offer today at your Alberta Ford dealer. And tell them PB sent you.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50 in sports offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across oil country, your support directly helps kids, families, and communities in need. Maybe you'll be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make oil country a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
Hockey season is back. Your team while ordering off their game day menu, or come in and see what great promotions they have going on. At Boston Pizza, they always have something craveable for you to enjoy. Boston Pizza, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheers to a great hockey season.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
18,111 here at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. Tied at 2 in the third. 9:39 gone in this third period. Oilers getting it to even terms on a goal by Leon Draisaitl. 57 seconds into this third period.
Golden Knights, a very good regular season team at home. 29-9-3. The Oilers 23-16-2 away from Rogers Place, which is a decent record.
Face off outside the Edmonton blue line. Klingberg in his own end up the right wing. The center ice gets caught up in some skates. Hyman gets it into the Vegas zone. Around the boards on the left to Nurse. Pumps it in behind the net. Is off of Kane. And the right wing point for Klingberg, just jammed past him by Saad and out. Nugent Hopkins to Klingberg.
What a turn.
Ooh, tight turn on the right wing, got it out. He'll give it to Nurse into the Vegas end. Stops on the left wing, top of the circle. Then behind the net to Hyman. He gets tied up. Loose puck goes to Hurdle. To Olofsson. And Olofsson will get it out through the neutral zone. Klingberg into the middle of the ice to Evander Kane. Right wing to Hyman. Hit his skate, went to Kane. He'll bring it in. He'll shoot it. He just missed on a quick shot. Hyman from the right wing, a shot saved by Hill. It's in behind the goal. Kane got it to the slot, but nobody from the Oilers able to get a stick on it. Stone will get it out. To Eichel at the Edmonton blue line. Only to the corner. Jake Wallman off the boards and out of the zone. At center ice, it gets shot in by McNabb in the right wing corner. Bouchard for the Oilers. Up the right wing for Corey Perry. Across to Wallman. Wallman in the center ice area to Perry. Now in over the Vegas line. To the right wing corner. Hits McNabb. McNabb did get the puck, though.
Great play by McNabb. Wow.
To Pearson. Just to the Edmonton blue line. Draisaitl through the middle. Gathers speed. McDavid was in behind him. Howden through center ice. A one-handed to the Edmonton blue line. Cleared out by Nurse. Left wing to Smith. Off the corner boards. It goes around to the right wing off the skate. To the blue line. Korzak to Smith. Smith on the right wing, wedged on the boards. Loose puck to Janmark. To Draisaitl at center, he'll shoot it in. 8:10 to go in the third. Tied at 2. Oilers at Golden Knights. Inside his own zone, Haig. Got it to center. That's where Podkolzin come into Vegas territory. Got separated from it. Oh, hard hit on Haig along the end boards, but the puck cleared out. Wallman shoots it right back in. Goes off of Korzak, him behind the goal. Arvidsson and Podkolzin in on the forecheck. Puck goes to Barbashev. On it up the right side. It is cleared out to Kolasar into the Oiler end. Stops in the right wing corner. Kolasar behind the net to Waugh. Waugh out of the left corner to the blue line. The shot by White Cloud. Couldn't get it through. Barbashev has it right wing corner to the blue line. White Cloud, his shot just wide of the net. The right wing. Klingberg got it to the blue line. It doesn't get out. Goes right back to John Klingberg. Across to Wallman. Wallman up the right side. Center ice for Henrique. Scoops it in on the backhand. Puck goes to the left wing corner of Vegas territory. Up the boards off of Henrique. Olofsson got it to center ice to Saad. That's chopped away from him, and Connor Brown into the Vegas zone on the right wing. Brown along the right wing boards. Through the blue line. Kulak got it to the corner, but that's it. Through the middle is Olofsson for Vegas. Over center ice, he'll dump it in. 6:38 to go here in the third. Tied at 2. Oilers and Golden Knights. Game 1 of this second round series. Nugent Hopkins into the Vegas end. Left wing to Kane. To Nugent Hopkins. To Evander Kane. A shot off the glove of Hill. Puck comes free. It's on the end boards. Nugent Hopkins. Left wing corner. Haig up against the boards with Hyman. It comes to the middle of the ice. Olofsson there for the Golden Knights. To Saad at center ice. Off the boards and in. Klingberg right back out up the right wing to Hyman. Comes into the Vegas zone. Stops on the right side. Now to Nurse. The shot off the arm of Hill. Puck to the left point. McDavid couldn't get a shot through. It's in the corner. Theodore up the boards. McDavid kept it in for Draisaitl left wing corner. Draisaitl on that left side, and it comes loose, and Pearson will get it out. Inside his own blue line, Klingberg to Perry, into the Vegas zone, to McDavid, a shot, it's blocked, and it goes over to the right wing.
What a chance.
To Howden, into the Oilers zone, stops in the right wing corner, lost an edge, goes into the corner. Up against the boards. Wallman in behind the net. 5:18 to go here in the third. Tied at 2. The Oilers and the Golden Knights.
Well, Vegas does such a great job fronting pucks, and they robbed Connor McDavid mid-slot. Look out.
Smith cross ice pass to Howden. Has it right wing. Towards the net. Steered away by Pickard. It's in behind the goal. Wallman to the corner for McDavid through the middle of the ice to Podkolzin. He'll get to center and he'll shoot it in. Rims on the left. Arvidsson up against the boards. It goes in behind the Vegas net. Now to Arvidsson on the left wing. Near the top of the circle. Cycles it. Janmark up the left side. Top of the circle to the blue line. Wanted to get it low. That's broken up. Smith out to center for Vegas. Move it. Separated from the puck by Nurse. Down the right wing to Podkolzin. Comes into the Vegas end. Off the boards. Over to Janmark. Back to the right wing point. Kulak. Down behind the net for Connor Brown. Takes it to the left corner in the Vegas end. Brown turns and shoots it. And it's blocked by Haig. 4:12 to go in the third. Tied at 2. Oilers and Golden Knights. Haig off the right wing. Got it out. It's at center for Waugh. Now to Kolasar. He's into the Oiler end. Goes to the right wing corner. Inboards. Tried to float it in front. Went off the arm of Pickard. Puck along the left wing as McNabb was able to keep it in. On the left wing boards, Kolasar to the corner, but Henrique there for Edmonton. It bounces in behind the net. Kulak to Frederick up the left wing. We'll play it to center ice.
Oilers need to change here. Cam.
Center. Theodore shoots it to the right wing corner. Saad in behind the net to Olsen. His pass to the point. It's picked off. Went off of Brown, but it's kept in the zone. Goes to the high slot. Kane there for Edmonton. Out through the middle of Brown. Brown just lost it at the Vegas Golden.
Brown's exhausted. He's got to tighten his ship length up a bit here.
Saad weaves into the Edmonton end. Taken away by Nugent-Hopkins. Cross ice for Klingberg. Klingberg through the middle to Nugent-Hopkins into the Vegas zone. To Kane across to Hyman. A shot. Scores! Zach Hyman goes high to the glove side, and the Edmonton Oilers are up 3-2.
Well, that time, John Klingberg made a great stretch pass for the Edmonton Oilers after Saad got negated. The Oilers got the puck across to Klingberg. He was the right defenseman, and he fired a pass through the seam to Nugent-Hopkins. Gained zone entry, dropped it off to Kane, then to Hyman. 4 passes. They're looking for an offside. I don't think it is offside. And the Edmonton Oilers are up 3-2 for the first time in the hockey game. Hold on a sec. No, he's just...
No. They're going to say that's it. It's 16:58 of this third period. The Edmonton Oilers with a perfect shot by Zach Hyman to get his third of the playoffs. And the Edmonton Oilers are up 3-2 on the Golden Knights.
6 shifts in the final 3 minutes, and the Oilers are going to put Janmark out with McDavid and Draisaitl here.
Up the right wing, off of Draisaitl, it's shot into the Vegas zone. Out through the middle. And Draisaitl will get it. Give it to Janmark. Comes into the Vegas end. Stops on the left wing boards. Shoot it around on the right to McDavid. McDavid goes in behind the Vegas net. But Hanifin will get control. Hyman from Kane and Nugent-Hopkins.
How soon do they pull him here?
Puck brought in by Carlson. Bumped it to the left corner boards. Battles with Kulak. Puck came free. Wall won't get a shot, though. Henrique made a good play. Floated towards the net, but wide. And Barbashev on the right wing to the blue line. Korzak across to Barbashev. They'll make that Eichel on the left side. Eichel to the blue line. To Theodore on the right. Carlson shot. Hit a body, goes wide of the net. Eichel left wing to Barbashev. Shot blocked in the slot. And Brown's going to bring it out. With a minute 49, he'll make a move. He's going to get a breakaway. Brown in. Scores! Connor Brown makes it 4-2 for the Edmonton Oilers. A great move by Brown to go in on the breakaway. And the Oilers are up by a couple.
Well, Connor Brown looked like a guy that led the OHL in scoring back in the 13-14 season. Wow, did he ever walk Shea Theodore? That's the last guy you think's going to get beat like that. What a play by Connor Brown. And he's got his 4th goal of the playoffs.
Incredible move by Brown.
Now they got to get 2 in a minute 46 here, Cam, to equalize. The Oilers with a real push. Started late first period, down 2-0.
It's at center ice. Hyman flips it in to the Vegas zone. Brown from Bouchard. We're down to a minute and a half to go here in the third period of game 1. Edmonton up 4-2. Hill's going to the bench for the extra attacker. Puck shot in by Stone. Wallman wraps it around the boards. It hits Mark Stone to the blue line to Barbashev, right point. Across to Hanifin. Hanifin a shot, and that's blocked. Along the boards, Nugent-Hopkins. Barbashev's in there for the Golden Knights. It comes free to Hyman. He'll flip it up and out. And we're coming up to the last minute here in the third period. Hanifin at center ice. Left wing for Barbashev. Try to bump it back to the blue line. McDavid picked it off, flips it out, and that's knocked down by the high stick of Hanifin. And we get the whistle. Otherwise, Draisaitl would have had an empty net.
Well, big time plays by the Oilers.
Timeout being called here by the Vegas Golden Knights. Oilers have 3 goals here in the third to erase a 2-1 deficit through 40.
Bouchard with a pair of assists. McDavid with a pair of assists. Draisaitl goal and assists. What do you want post-game, Cam? Still got some work left.
Yeah. Well, let's just wait. .51 seconds left. Oilers are up 4-2 here on the Golden Knights. A lot of empty seats now.
Connor Brown's out there with McDavid and Draisaitl.
Kulak and Nurse on the back end. The puck shot in by Stone. Not real hard. Nurse off the boards to the line. That doesn't get out. Kept in by Stone. To the right wing corner for Hurdle. Behind the net for Eichel. His centering pass hit McDavid. It's top of the circle in the Edmonton end. Barbashev up against the boards for Eichel in the corner. 30 seconds left. Puck comes free. Cleared out by Draisaitl. The neutral zone. Theodore at his own blue line. Right wing to Eichel. He'll bring it in. In that right corner in front of the net. Olofsson put it wide. Tried to center it. It goes off of Pickard. He'll cover it up. 11 seconds left to go here in the third period. Oilers up 4-2. Face-off will be to the right of Calvin Pickard. Henrique taking the draw against Hurdle. Bounces around at the dot to the blue line. Eichel's shot. That's blocked by Janmark, and it comes out. The puck in the neutral zone. The game's over. The Edmonton Oilers take game 1, 4-2 over the Vegas Golden Knights. They were trailing after 40 by a 2-1 margin, score 3 goals in the third period to get the victory, and Edmonton up 1-0 in this second round series.
That was a gut check win for the Edmonton Oilers. You're down 2-0. Nothing's going right. Turned it around, man.
They sure did. They sure did. Got one before the end of the first. Didn't score in the second, but played really well.
Calvin Pickard with another rock-solid start.
5-0 in the playoffs.
Another Grant Fuhr performance from him. Got beat early, but fought through it. And a good, absolutely good win for this hockey team. Sort of.
We can head downstairs for the Oilers to erase that 2-1 deficit. Oilers again come back after trailing through 40. They're now 3-2 in the playoffs, which is incredible when you think about it. They were 4-21-0 during the regular season when trailing after 40. They've done it 3 times already here in the postseason. And the Edmonton Oilers get the win. Connor McDavid, a couple of assists.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is TSI Mike, and now that we've got your attention, we're bringing you every single game of the NBA and NHL playoffs while supporting SickKids Hospital in Toronto through our Playoff Pulse campaign. Let's grow our global community. Hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell, and join the action.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Joe Bowen here, voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Playoff Pulse on Toronto Sports Insider is all about playoff thrills and making a difference, with 100% of Leaf playoff stream revenue going directly to SickKids for their life-saving treatments and research. We're aiming for 100,000 insiders to boost our impact. So subscribe now and be a part of this incredible movement. Holy Mackinac! Let's show SickKids Hospital we're here for them. Join us today.
Hey you, yeah you, Easton Cowan, Leafs prospect here.
I'm loving these Playoff Pulse live hangouts. Subscribe and turn on the bell to catch every game. Keep the chat buzzing, and let's cheer for SickKids together. See you in the chat.
Team, and here we are in Game 7 and happen to go out and execute a great game plan to beat a very hungry, very young, very physical, hard team to play against in Vancouver. And luckily for us, we had a lot of experience. We had a dynamic, incredible amount of talent with Brian Leach and Sergei Zubov, Alex Kovalev, Adam Graves, and Mike Richter in net, and then sprinkled in with some veterans, some hardened veterans with McTavish and Tikkanen and Steve Larmer and Noonan and Mateau and Jeff Bukaboom and Jay Wells and all the amazing players that banded together that year to create maybe not the most skilled team that's ever won a Stanley Cup, but if you look up the word team, they could put the 1994 Ranger team right there, and that year, that team epitomizes what a team is all about.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, May the 7th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Toronto Maple Leafs take on the Florida Panthers. Leafs on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 946. Panthers on Internet 931. 9:30 p.m., Winnipeg Jets take on the Dallas Stars. Jets on Sirius and XM channels 167, Internet 951. Stars on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 928. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius